Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another special stream. We told you guys last week we're going to run this panel back at the same time. I can't believe what Staffy just sent me. At the same time. But all of us on the panel would like to say congratulations to Igal because his wife gave birth. He couldn't make it today. So we'll make sure to get him on the other show, inshallah. But we've got a suitable replacement. We got the Raya to the Ramsdale. We didn't get the Adrian to the Allison. Don't worry. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys like to watch it on the replay, please do not forget to slap the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please do like the video. Please do subscribe to This is Football. And I want to personally thank you all for your unbelievable support in the month of July. It was an absolutely iconic month from all perspectives. Love you, my brothers. And of course, we're going to be introducing the panels. First of all, I'm going to introduce the treble winner because he won the Champions League. So he gets the first introduction. And he's actually here on time today, joining us, repping Man City, is none other than the man himself. Man like Hamza. How are you doing, my brother?
Big up. Come on, man. I'm doing well, man. Thank you so much for inviting me. Sorry, I'm at work a bit. Sorry, guys. Thank you so much. I'm ready here. Sam, you told me late, man. I wanted to
You're here on time today. Big up,
top, man.
Big up. Big up, Hamza, man. Big up, Hamza. Joining us as well, representing Chelsea Football Club. European champions recently as well. So that's why they are second in this introduction. Of course, the GOAT, the man himself. The best compliment I could give the guy is he's the realest content creator I've worked with. Repping Chelsea Football Club all the time. Unfortunately, Igal isn't here today to get cooked, but he is a father now. So, we respect and understand that. Joining us on the channel is none other than the man himself, Brother Lewis. How you doing, bro?
Big up, my guy. Big up everybody that's locked in. Do want to add, recently the new Premier League champions and everything. So big up to Chelsea and all of that. And yeah, it's great to be back on the show. Love to the panel, love to the chat. Big up Igal as well, new father. Have to say congratulations. And yeah, let's get into it.
Big up, man. This guy's dad is Mo Salah, because he scores against him every time they play. And they're from Egypt as well. Borussia Dortmund absolutely slapped Manchester United 3-2. Against Wrexham, they said it was the kids. Against Dortmund, it was the starters, and they still lost. But the man, I was lying when I said he's only coming on El Ahwa. This guy's part of the furniture. This guy is the channel stable. He's the cup holder. He's the light. None other than the man himself, Brother Staffy. How you doing?
It's one of the worst intros I've ever heard in my life. The guy said, Salah's my dad, and then he called me a cup holder. Just proceed, bro. Proceed. Thanks for having me. I'm not saying much.
You know that meme? You're not my dad.
I'm not even
Ugly
saying
ass
much,
noodle
bro.
head.
One of the worst intros I've ever heard in my life. Man called me a
You're
cup
not my
holder,
dad.
bro. That was a gal in the hospital one. 25 nights ago.
Oh my gosh.
Big up Eggsy, man. And of course, speaking of Igal's replacement, some people on the channel call him the Moroccan Josko Gvardiol. Always repping the Morocco flag in the background. And if there's any guy who knows how to deal with Hamza, because he deals with him 24/7 on the spaces, you've seen him on the channel before. The man himself, man like Saad, is in the channel. How are you doing, my brother?
Let me unmute myself first. Listen, I am doing very well. I'm very happy to be here, ready to discuss Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Man United, of course. Listen, let's just get into it, man. It's going to be a good one today, man. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to like the video, man.
Yeah, and that's what I want to start with, because I want to tell the people, how come, look, first of all, big up for being here, because there's already 250 people in here who ain't even started yet. So big up for that. But how is there 250 people in here who ain't even on 100 likes yet? You bulldoze. Slap the like button now. What is this behavior? You're all moving like Gabriel Jesus. We need you to move like Erling Haaland. We need that high conversion rate. Slap the like button now. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Right now, do slap that like button. Do subscribe to the channel. 100 likes is our first target. Help us get there. So please do like and subscribe right now. And the club we're going to be beginning with, starting the show with, of course, is Lewis's club, Chelsea Football Club, because they have been the most active, I'll be honest with you. These guys went from just like Caicedo every day. I'm going to be honest with you, Lewis probably spoke on Caicedo 300 times in a row. And then suddenly, boom, they sign a guy who I cannot spell. Boom, they sign Disasi. Boom, Vlahovic out of nowhere. Now, what I do want to say is, for all the people who watch Battle of the North, Lewis is not a drama queen like Matisse, so he actually likes the Vlahovic signing. Go ahead, Lewis. The floor is yours. Talk to me about Chelsea.
I said this on the last 3 streams. I'll say this here. If I go through our strikers, our strike options over the last 6 years, you'll understand why I don't mind Vlahovic coming in. Havertz, Aubameyang, Broja, Timo Werner, Lukaku, and I think that was it. Tammy, Timo, and Giroud. Giroud, Batshuayi, and Tammy Abraham. Giroud, Higuain, and Morata. Morata and Batshuayi. All in the last 6 years. Now you're going to tell me that my depth is Nicholas Jackson and it's Vlahovic. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know who's going to get most of the game time. There's been talk that they could potentially play together. That's a problem for Pochettino to solve. All I see is just brilliant competition, and this is what teams at the top of the table should be doing. I understand the concern about is he going to just take over Nicholas Jackson's spot like that? But I don't think Poch would be that silly to do that, to be honest, especially with how good Jackson's looked in pre-season. He's literally been one of our top 2 best players. I don't think he's just going to get dropped because a new signing walks in, and a new signing that didn't even do that well last season compared to how Jackson ended the season. He will get given opportunities. I think personally it's just a case of you either have a 325k a week problem in Lukaku that nobody else wants, or you just take a problem from Juventus, which is a much easier problem to solve than what Lukaku is. It's a win-win other than maybe on the books, but Lukaku is such a loss for us in general. I don't really care about the end result. We've already taken the L on Lukaku. Who cares about if it's Vlahovic that comes in? At least he's younger. At least he has more resale value. At least he'll probably still score goals and he wants to be here. Great competition. Welcome to Chelsea. Like, that's perfect for me.
Let me just ask you 2 questions, because I kind of you mentioned kind of the 2 worries there. One you didn't mention, which I'm going to ask you about. First of all, the reason why I think a lot of Chelsea fans are upset, because I do ask them, like, why are you actually upset? Many of them think he's here to displace Jackson from the starting spot. The second thing is they're questioning Vlahovic's mobility, which, to be fair, to an extent, is a fair criticism because pace and power is needed in this league. We've got to be real.
I know, but like I've always thought he had pace and power. It's just more the agility and being able to turn quickly and all of this stuff. And that's fine, but we have a team that's much better suited to creating chances than the last couple seasons. The last few seasons, we only played with 3 actual forwards. 2 of them were Havertz and Mount, and I've already spoken numerous times on their lack of creativity. We've got a much better squad now. So if Vlahovic comes in, I expect him to get better chances, and then that's a job for him to finish. I've heard his build-up play was a lot better back at Fiorentina, and potentially Allegri's style of play just didn't really get that out of him, but I'll see that to believe it. If that's the case, then he could easily have the same sort of effect of a Nicholas Jackson, because that to me has been his best attribute. So I would be very surprised if Nicholas Jackson got benched for him, because he would have had at least a questionable preseason to get to that point. I've had no questions about him after the last few games. I'm still yet to find a weakness in his game. Hold-up plays brilliant. Link-up plays amazing. The guy presses and he's a nuisance because he's actually got strength. He's a problem for defenders as well. Barely seen him miss a chance. Everything's been perfect. Everything's been what I've asked for. So I don't see why you would get benched. I think it's crazy to be worried about that because he's only going to be 35 million in terms of money. The rest is just you're sending a player the other way and you're getting 40 million back.
Do you think getting rid of Lukaku is like actually worth this entire thing just because Lukaku's gone?
Yes. The fact that we've got Vlahovic coming in and he's willing to be competition from the sounds of it, yes. Because Lukaku could have easily come and been that competition, but he don't want to be here. Now, my second choice option, if it's not Lukaku, is Armando Broja still coming off an ACL. Or I could have Vlahovic, someone who a year and a half ago was seen as one of the best strikers in Europe. I'm willing to take a punt on him personally. I don't see why anyone wouldn't.
Okay. Let's see what the rest of the panel are saying.
Yeah.
Will, is this some sort of Spaces joke, Hamza? Neighbors brought... Oh! I know what you're talking about, Will. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Hamza posting a picture every day on Twitter, going
Every
like,
day.
my Afghani neighbor sent me money because sent me a meal because I won the treble. I know exactly.
You ever seen those videos that used to come out when someone would like put like socks on their hands and then fake girl sneakers and then put them next to their feet and it just looks like two people are standing next to each other to pretend to have a girlfriend? That's Hamza with his neighbors. He makes it his own food, but then he's like, my neighbor made it for me for the trouble. There is no neighbors. That neighbor doesn't exist.
You guys don't have good neighbors who don't wish you success winning a treble. I'm sorry. It makes sense.
Hamza has fake neighbors.
This guy.
Big up, Will.
Big
up, Will. So what are you guys saying on the whole Vlahovic situation?
Listen, let me ask a question quickly, yeah? The thing is, Chelsea have got this cuss over striker issue. Big cuss, like a massive cuss of striker issue. And it's been going for a long time, like since I remember. Like there's very few strikers who've made in Chelsea, like they've done well, like very few. We're talking about Hasselbank, Drogba, Costa. Yeah, but if we look at all the way from Chris Sutton, yeah, it was a record signing from them. If you go all the way forward, Kezman and the likes of Mateo Kezman was good, who was a great striker, but they destroyed him. The guy who was Adrian Mutu, the likes of
Hernan Crespo.
What's the Ukrainian striker? What's his name?
Ivan Higuain was well. Higuain was there. Shevchenko came there as a Ballon d'Or winner. He fell. And Morata went there as a striker. Torres was one of the great for Liverpool. As soon as he stepped to Chelsea, my guy was missing chances. Open goal against United Old Trafford. Empty goal. Bang. No miss. And then you go back to Joao Felix, Aubameyang recently, like Kai Havertz. And he's saying that, oh my God, another number 9 for Chelsea. And I don't know about Luis. Are you not worried that the pressure will be too much on Jackson and Vlahovic? Because especially Vlahovic, because we don't know about Jackson much. But Vlahovic, all eyes on him now. Like he's another striker that people are looking up to and say, are you going to be another failed striker at Chelsea? Because that curse, that number 9 shirt for Chelsea is just...
Lewis, before you answer the question,
if you're scared about the number 9 shirt,
your jacket because of the red color. You wore the jacket because of the red color.
No. I was like, no.
No way you're that petty. No way.
Listen, I said in the comments, spam the comments.
The club should not be allowing anybody to touch that number 9 shirt until they bag 25 goals in a season for us. I've been saying that. If you take the number 9 shirt, you dig your own grave, and it is what it is. I'm already questioning your football IQ. No one comes near that shirt. Chelsea should be refusing any other player to come near it. But in terms of pressure, not really. I feel like with how shit last season was, the pressure couldn't be lower. Like, the bar's in hell. I expect us to get back into the top 4 and at least contend for the domestic cups. But I don't think there's massive pressure on these players any more than it was, let's say, back in December. Like, obviously, there's the pressure of being at Chelsea and needing to succeed, but I don't think there's any extra pressure, especially for Jackson with how well he's looked in preseason. Like, I've got no pressure on him. I already know what you're going to do. It's just a case of I just need to see it in the league. But I am that confident of just the 4 games I've seen of him that he's going to be a success at Chelsea. Vlahovic is what it is. If he doesn't work, I will happily just look at that as a necessary evil to get Lukaku out of my club. Is what it is. But Nicholas Jackson to me already looks like the future. So I don't really feel a lot of pressure.
Lewis, I said that yesterday. I said the biggest positive of this deal is getting Lukaku off the books, getting him out of the club. You know, if the only way to get Lukaku out of the club is taking a risk on Vlahovic, that sounds like a decent deal to me. Now, when it comes down to details and the amount of money that's being exchanged between the clubs, that I don't know yet. Obviously, you don't want to pay too much just to get rid of Lukaku and bring in Vlahovic. So we'll still look at that later when the deal is done, and we'll discuss the monetary value of the deal. But when you look at it as a whole, I think getting rid of Lukaku is always a positive. Getting him out and getting in another striker is always good. And Vlahovic, yes, there's questions about him because of how he was last season. He didn't really flourish in that Juventus team. But as I said yesterday, also on Hassam's channel, a lot of players didn't flourish in that Juventus team last season. And I see you smiling though, where I said also on Hassam's channel. I mean, I'm the cup holder. Like
Were you
said,
on my channel yesterday?
So I was. But listen, he's worth a risk. 2 years ago, not even 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, he was wanted by Arsenal. He was wanted by Man United.
You're talking about Fiorentina days, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about before he went to Juventus. So not even 2 years ago, he was wanted. Now, one bad season because of the circumstances of the club might not really reflect the type of player he is. Is he going to come in and he's going to bang 30 goals for them right away? I don't think so. But, you know, he's a different profile of striker that they don't have. I've watched Jackson a couple times in preseason. And I will tell you one thing. The one thing I notice about this Chelsea team right now, most of them are athletic. They have a bunch of athletic players. Some of them are technical, some of them are not. But the majority have pace. They have power. And I think getting a striker like Vlahovic, who kind of like sits in the box a lot, who's more of a poacher than, yes, he does build up play and all that. Like he's decent at build up play, but he's more of a poacher than a guy who kind of like creates his shot and does all that. I think you have that from Jackson. You have that from Nkunku. You have that from some of your wingers. You need someone who's going to be in the box when you're creating these chances, and he knows how to sniff a goal. So maybe he does regain his form with Chelsea. You never know. I mean, as I said, before he went to Juventus, he was wanted by a lot of people, and he cost more than, what is it now, 35? So yeah. I think it's a decent gamble. You know, I'm not going to put my money against it or on it. I'm just interested to see how it goes. You know, if I was a Chelsea fan, I would definitely be excited for it.
You know, I think to be honest, in my opinion, listen, do you have like getting rid of Lukaku is the number one priority for them. The number one priority, because that guy has been there just literally from club to club. I feel like he's so confused as well. He does not know what he wants to do. He goes to Inter Milan. He says, "Oh, I love Inter Milan." He comes back to Chelsea. "Oh, I love Chelsea."
Lukaku?
Yes, man. This guy he's so confused. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where he wants to stay. He doesn't know where he wants to go. Like, I'll be so real with you, man. The sooner they get rid of him, the better. Because that guy is just, there's no point of him being at Chelsea. No point at all. And getting Dusan Vlahovic, listen, I think he's still a good striker. A different option to Nicholas Jackson. So definitely one to get for them, because if you look at Chelsea right now, they need to. Right now, I'm trying to picture how Poch is going to play that team together, because if you look at it right now, obviously Enzo Fernandez, he's not had the best of pre-seasons, and that's evident in the games that you would have seen anyway, Lewis, when you're watching your team play. But even now, I'm trying to see how he's going to bring those players together, what team he's going to play against, because they haven't got the first game. They haven't got some like low team.
Lukaku got no loyalty to any club. That's the crazy part.
Bro, he sat there over a year ago on an interview, sucking off Arturo Martinez, saying, "Stay there, I'm coming." And then a year later, he's not answering his phone calls when he's trying to ask him what's going on.
You know what's crazy?
This guy's such a snake, bro.
Guys, something.
Biggest villain in football. I love it.
Maybe sometimes we don't really feel it because it's not like our own club. But essentially, he came out a year ago. He says, "I love Arsenal so much," and then a year later, he's playing for Tottenham. It makes no sense. It's like that type of level, because Inter Milan and Juventus are big rivals as well. So like, how are you saying you love Inter so much and suddenly you want to go play for Juve, who's their biggest, like one of their biggest, if not their biggest enemy, alongside AC Milan? It makes no sense, bro.
He thinks he's R9, bro. You're not gonna get love like that. R9 is the only one that can switch rivals and still be loved. You're not getting love like that. Listen, This guy's gonna get hella abused if he goes to Inter. And to be honest, I don't even feel bad for him anymore, because he invites toxicity wherever he goes. You know, it's not like he's just on his business and he stays quiet. All these cryptic messages that he puts on Twitter and Instagram, and oh, trust this and trust that, and let him talk this, let him talk that. Like, bro, just shut up, bro, and do your thing, bro. Stop talking too much everywhere you go. At United, he was leaking the training info about his speed, because the fans were calling him slow and overweight at the time. So he went and exposed the drills for the speed drills, and exposed that he was one of the fastest. Then we went and sold him. And as soon as we sold him, we found out that he did an interview while he was on tour in the US with, I forgot what the podcast was, and he was talking shit about the club while he's still under contract with the club. And then he goes to Chelsea, does whatever he did, obviously, in that interview as well. And then now the Lautaro Martinez story is that he's calling him and he's not picking up, and he wants to go to Juventus. He's just like, this guy, I really don't know who he thinks he is, but
he has a lot of bad.
He's not that guy. You know what I mean? This guy is acting like he's the LeBron of his sport, you know, the MJ of his sport. But I don't know what this guy. He's no one, bro. He's absolutely garbage.
You're not that guy, pal. That's the definition of that meme. Like, you're not that guy, pal. That's Lukaku.
He's the Julius Randle of football, bro. That's all I can say.
No,
I think
that as a Julius Randle of football.
You just call him Julius Randle? That's bad.
He is the Julius Randle of football.
It's like those players, like, you know, Van Persie, like traitors. Van Persie, Cesc Fabregas, those kind of players. Like, you play for Arsenal and then you played for Chelsea, or you played for Nicky Bambi, Liverpool, Everton. You can't do that. There's something called shame in football. You just don't do that Luis Figo thing and go to a rival.
How about Tevez?
One team.
Was he a snake?
Because these players have no loyalty. Some of them are just shameful. Like, shameless is bad thing. Like, you've seen our players none of our players have left to a rival. We don't do that.
Hamza, how about Tevez? Was he a snake?
Huh?
Tevez, was he a snake?
Tevez was a snake, 100%.
Okay. Just wanted to see if you remember that.
Tevez was a snake. He snaked you for me. That's true. But that's what I don't understand with this Lukaku. When he signed for Chelsea, he was saying how he rejected City. And I was thinking, yo, we never wanted you. You're trying to force it so bad. And then within a few months later, he was out at Chelsea Football Club, being the biggest spend. They spent 100 million on this guy, could not even score any goals. And then 5 months later, he's off Chelsea, and now he's gone to Inter Milan. He cost him the Champions League by giving me a Champions League. And then now he wants to go to another club, to Juventus, who've been banned from Europe. You see what I'm trying to say?
They're not even going to the Conference League, Hamza. They're suspended from the Conference League.
They don't even play in Europe. You know, there's standards there. Why are you going to Juventus for?
They gave their spot to Fiorentina, so not even the Conference League. He can't even play on Thursday nights if he wanted to.
No shame.
That's the Lukaku situation is a very funny one. Finally, Super Chats work. How can we not afford Kavita? Who the fuck's Kavita? When Fabinho and Hendo, it's 52 million, and Nat Phillips is leaving for 8 million. That's 60 million, not to mention wages lost 50 million. Even 20 million investment gets us Inacio and Andre. You know, NRL, man like Staffy wanted to talk about Liverpool earlier on, and I said no because I've got a Liverpool show coming this midnight. I'm actually, as soon as this video ends, I'm gonna just like chill out for half an hour, and then straight away, inshallah, we're gonna go live to talk about Liverpool Football Club, because there's so much for us to address. And I'll be honest with you, I'm fuming. But as you guys know, when I get a lovely panel on, there's no need for me to talk Liverpool, because I do that every day on the channel anyway. I want to ask them about their clubs. That's why they're here. And I see Saad's
about your DM situation. That's all.
And I see Saad's uncomfortable smile. That still doesn't mean we're going to talk about Liverpool. Meant Lavia, not Avita, lol. And that's essentially 110 million recoupled through wages. 100%. 100%. But NRL, I want you to come back, inshallah, at midnight. Get yourself a coffee so you can stay up, because Hussam's head is so hot when it comes to this football club. But I want to ask everyone in the comments something. Please don't make my head hot in front of these rivals. It's a bad look for us, because I will start shouting. You don't know how angry I am at Liverpool Football Club currently. I promise you, and Terry Tibbs, who says FSG out, false promises FSG out, just come back at midnight and he won't be disappointed, because I'll represent every single one of you guys' hot emotions regarding this annoying football club and all the dumbass mistakes we do. But thanks so much for telling me.
One Conor Gallagher for your midfield problems.
No, I don't. Let
me ask you quickly about this Lavia thing. Why are you a Liverpool fan? Like, you're Liverpool Football Club. Why don't you produce young, good players like Man City, Lavia? Why do you want a young player?
NRL, you see what you've caused? You see what you've caused? Hamza,
Like,
where's Guardiola? Where's Guardiola, Hamza?
La. Answer his question. Don't do that.
Hamza, where's
Answer.
Guardiola? Where's Guardiola?
100% he's signing this week.
100%. And if he doesn't come, then what?
100% he's signing this week. By
Then what if he
Sunday,
doesn't come, Hamza?
by
Where's
Sunday,
Guardiola?
when I've played Arsenal, Vardy is already a Man City player. Mark my words. Vardy is signing this week.
Oh, so you think he signs before Arsenal?
Absolutely. We're not stingy. We'll offer that money. We're not stingy. Like, but why do you guys want? Because we've got a buyback clause.
2 weeks, Liverpool admin, we're there.
We've got a buyback clause on Lavia next year of 40 million. I've always rated Lavia Man City Youth Academy. Yeah? Why do you want ex-Man City Youth Academy players? Why? I just don't want to buy.
Because no one is your rivals. No one is your rivals. Stop trying to force a rivalry, please.
You know, Hamza, what I find.
Why ex-Man City Youth player? Why?
I'll take an ex-Man City player.
Hamza, your winger right now is an ex. He used to be an ex-Liverpool Academy player a season ago. A season ago, Sterling. Now it's an ex.
In Chelsea, bro.
Now it's an ex-Aston Villa Academy player in Jack Grealish. If I want to talk about KDB, he's an ex-Chelsea player. If I go through your John Stones, he's an ex-Everton player. So him being an ex-Man City player ain't that bad compared to the players you have. That's number one. Number two, guys, I just want to say one thing. I'm okay talking about Liverpool. I'm good with that. But I'm back at midnight to address my club and I'm really angry. So I would rather talk about your clubs. This is who you're here to represent. So forget my club because my head's hot and I don't want to keep shouting for.
I just wanted to say that the way their midfield is moving, Hamza. You know how Elon put restrictions on DMs on Twitter. I don't know if FSG put restrictions on DMs. They put restrictions on DMs in Liverpool. You know when you can't send the DM on Twitter. They can't send a DM. I think Elon went to Liverpool as well. Because that's the only explanation I can make out of it. How do you have a whole team with 0 DMs? Zero DMs. Hamza, mind you, the league is in less than 2 weeks. And these guys are pulling up with 0 DMs.
And they still need a centre-back. As well.
But they've been bragging about this Basetic boy. Basetic this, Basetic. Well, why didn't you play Basetic? Liverpool been saying, remember last year, Basetic.
Hamza, they're going to play Curtis Jones against Chelsea in the first day.
Don't go sign Lavia. It's the same age as Basetic. I have never seen Liverpool Youth Academy that great, other than Steven Gerrard
and like Trent. That's it.
They don't produce the whole Liverpool City cannot produce players. Why? There must be something wrong with Liverpool. Like literally, you cannot produce in the whole of Liverpool. Only Everton produce.
There's something in the water there, Hamza. That's the only explanation.
Only Everton produce good players. You know that. And most Liverpool legends, it's a fact. Most Liverpool legends are ex-Everton fans. And
Carragher and
Gerrard. Carragher, Michael Owen, Robbie
Gerrard is not an Everton fan. Don't make a play.
Owen an Everton shirt, man.
There was a picture of him in an Everton shirt when he was a kid. A bet with like a 5-year-old. What kind of 5-year-old has to do a bet?
Okay, guys, time out. I love the fun. Guy, I love the fun that we're having. I'm gonna say big up NRL, big up to Terry. Big up Elias and Will. Thank you for the super chats. Make sure you're all slapping the like button. Make sure you're all subscribing. 500 people are here. Why are we not on 200 likes yet? Slap the like button now. Subscribe to the channel. What is this behavior? Like the video now. Subscribe to the channel. Yalla.
Like for Igal's babies, guys. For Igal's baby.
Yeah. That was a weird way to emotionally damage them to like the video, but big up to Igal. Like the video if you.
But now you have to like it. So.
Now you have to like it or you're an asshole.
You can't like it for a newborn that something is wrong with you.
That's disappointing. Morally bankrupt from you guys.
So just to wrap up on the Chelsea topic before I want to move to Man United because they did lose to Dortmund. Just to wrap up on the Chelsea topic, Lewis, I apologize for asking about this because you've spoken about it 5,000 times. But one final time for the people on the watching us right now.
I wish it was one final time, but it won't be.
Poise this Caicedo, my brother. Where are we going with this?
Well, he's just told Brighton after winning Player of the Year that he wants to leave. So I feel that must be a little bit embarrassing for them. I like it. He's starting to turn up the heat a little bit. Give it another week. He might start skipping training. Longest saga in history. At least we know what the alternatives are. It's going to be Lavia if you guys ain't signed him by then, which you probably will have. So I don't really think it's going to happen. And Tyler Adams or Edson Alvarez. Now, the data analysts think Alvarez is going to be a brilliant addition next to Enzo. I don't really see it, but they've proven me wrong enough times. That's like, if you think he's a good alternative, fine. Just make sure the position is filled by the end of the window, ideally by the time we play you guys. But if it's done by the end of the window, I'm not really going to complain too much. But make sure that position is filled. I still think we're going to get Caicedo. Brighton are just being stingy bastards about it, and they're being stubborn as fuck. But I think we'll get our player. And if not, we'll get somebody else and we'll be just as fine.
You know what, Lewis? I think they're really being like, it's so bad. The way that Brighton have handled it is so bad. Because even to suggest that he, just because they saw Rice go for 100 million or over 100 million, that means that Caicedo should go to over 100 million. Like, come on, man. I understand, like, he's been in the league for a year. Rice has been in the league
both
for his
ways,
whole
though.
life.
Caicedo took a verbal agreement from them. Like, verbal agreements are a load of BS. He shouldn't have fell for that. Him or his agents are partly to blame as well. But hey, Brighton have their stance. We need to wait for Caicedo to press a little bit more. I've just been saying for Chelsea, go to 90 million at the most. We're 20 million off the valuation. It makes no sense. Get halfway, and then maybe that will be enough for Caicedo to start pressing.
I kind of agree with Tariq's comment there 100%. I think plenty of clubs missed out on Ugarte. That right there it's just, I wish we got him specifically as well, because we really need a DM. Anyway, speaking of needing a DM, looking at the DM, all of that, Manchester United is next on the topic. You know, this guy's giving it all of this when his DM injuring his own players. So we're going to be moving on to the Man United topic next. Man United lost to Borussia Dortmund by 3-2. Staff is here to just answer for his club's sins, and this is the third watch along he done where he lost every single game. Like Staffy, L and an L. So you know, that's the kind of the next topic we're moving on to. So as I was saying, big up to Terry, Will, Ilya. Make sure you're all liking, make sure you're all subscribing. Hello, Staffy. Hello, Mr. Charizard.
No. Sad, why do you find this so funny? Like, you can't wait to talk about Man United before the
He
stream
beat Barca 5-3. Where's your win against the Spanish
No,
club?
it's not even that. Before the stream started, when you weren't even there, he was just like, bro, he found it so funny that we're going to talk about Man United today. I thought I missed out on some news. I was like, wait, what happened? Like, did we just like sell someone? Like, did some breaking news come out? He finds it so funny today.
You have to understand. Okay. Me and you, we both got players from Chelsea, yeah? My one has contributed in the preseason. He's at least done bits and bobs. He's managed to score a goal here or there. Your player's done nothing, and he's dropped two stinkers. Two stinker performances that didn't even contribute to the game. Okay, he played okay against us. I can give you that.
I think you remember.
But against Dortmund and what's
funny enough,
Real Madrid.
Funny enough, only the 3 games that they played in the US, they only won the one that I actually went to. So that's the Staffy effect, you know. They saw me in the stands. They're like, we got to put on.
Why aren't you talking about the walk-alongs where you lost every single one of them, though?
Well, I wasn't there, so they didn't really care enough.
But listen, I put money in the Glazers' pockets. That's it. They said, "No, if you're not spending money on the Glazers, man, we're not gonna win for you, man. I'm telling you, it's an inside job, man." But
anyways, no. So I'm surprisingly gonna defend Mount because I don't think he dropped stinkers. I think the issue is more than just Mount. I think Mount has been given instructions to play in a certain way. I think Lewis might want to like mute this section because it's gonna sound like deja vu for him. You know, but Mount's best attributes are off the ball, and he's been given instructions to play off the ball, and he's actually been doing it decently. He's actually been winning the ball in decent positions. His link-up play in the final third hasn't been bad. I think he should have scored this one chance that he had against Madrid, but I'm not going to dwell too much over it. I care more about his performances, but I have bigger questions about the midfield rather than Mount. Because the issue is Mount looks like he's stinking the place out, and people are like, okay, so why is he not playing well? People are judging him for things that he's never done. Lewis will tell you when he was in Chelsea, he was not a ball progressor. His best attributes weren't on the ball. He wasn't known for his passing rate.
He was meant to be a ball progressor.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Is that sarcastic or is that for real?
No. Like in 2021, he was actually good at it, but
since then he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
And people judge him by that. They're like, oh, he's not like, like I think people were expecting him to play like Eriksen did for us last season, where he comes down deep, picks up the ball, strings a few passes, plays long balls. But he's not given these instructions. When you watch him, he's actually playing very high up the pitch. He's making a lot of runs behind the defenders along with Rashford. So he's actually doing what he's being told. The issue is, I don't think this midfield is built well enough for him to play that way, because the way our midfield is set up, first of all, the Bruno, Mount, and Casemiro, the lines between them are just too big. They're playing way far away from each other. Like, they're too far away from each other. So they don't really find themselves easy. Now, passing the ball, Casemiro is not really a great he's not Rodri. He's not that type of DM who gets the ball and strings passes. And he doesn't.
He ain't Rodri.
He does.
Let me finish. So he's not being used for his strengths. His strengths is that he's a good destroyer. Why he looked good last year is because he was doing his job as a destroyer, but he had Eriksen playing right next to him. So Eriksen was doing the ball playing part. This season, he has Bruno and Mount who are playing way high up the pitch, and now he has to play this hoof ball where he's hoofing the ball to the wingers and to Mount, but he's not that great of a passer. So it's not really his fault that he's being misused. And at the same time, Mount doesn't really have someone who's going to feed him the ball well, so he looks like he's not doing anything. So I mainly blame the manager on this, and I actually look at it. This is why we were using Kobe Mainoo in the first 3 games. And he was starting in the Madrid game, even when Casemiro was back, because he knows that he only has one deep midfielder who can pass the ball, and that's Kobe Mainoo. So now with him injured, and mind you, this guy's 18, we really don't have anyone who could do that role, and which is why we need Amrabat. So I don't really want to dwell too much over Mount, because I don't think he's being.
But you say that, but listen, everything you said is logical, okay? And I don't even want you to do agendas. But on a real level, probably against Arsenal was his only good game. After that, he's just not been playing well.
But Kobe,
and I understand that maybe you don't expect much of him, but as a £60 million signing, he still has to play well.
And the thing is, most of you, the problem is, there's a lot of these United players that get away with murder because you think you're Brazilian, you're Brazilian player. Basic of football in Brazil, if you go to Brazil, these guys are beautiful football. Fred can't pass the ball, apparently.
He's not in the team anymore. Don't talk about Fred.
Pass the ball. Donny van de Beek comes there, he's a technical player, comes to United. He cannot do anything. Sancho apparently.
Well, we're talking about the game, Hamza. Donny van de Beek actually played well.
Nothing's a prop, bro. Nothing a prop.
No, but we're seeing a lot of these United players that go to United. They suddenly, he can't do this. And I'm thinking, there must be a reason. And, the only criticism I have to give it to them is the fact that, you see, one thing that they have to take notes is, please tell your manager, Wallahi, don't talk. Please don't. I don't want to hear that guy. It just becomes irritating. Now, I'm getting.
What do you say now?
But the guy's a liar. He's the only manager that in preseason goes, preseason are not a friendly. It's all. Okay. I'm thinking, so preseason not friendly. So why are you losing games in preseason? You ask United fans, no, you're taking it seriously. It's only preseason. But your manager saying before.
But I didn't say that. I actually
not friendly. And then you're losing game back to back to back. The only team that has lost back to back to back is Man United.
Stop counting the Wrexham
Man
game.
United,
The Wrexham game doesn't count.
Casemiro's poor. Mason Mount is poor. All these players are poor.
I agree. The midfield has been poor.
The pressure's not from Ten Hag.
We have to count the
They don't blame this guy, And I blame.
Why would you count the Wrexham game? It was the.
We have to. If people are counting the Nuremberg game for me, why am I not going to count the Wrexham game for you?
Bro, you're talking to me here, okay? I don't care what you have going on in your group chats with your friends from London or whatever. You're talking to me right now. If I counted the game, you'd come at me with it. But you're talking to me right
pass the
now.
ball.
Stop saying
Onana,
that.
you know one thing. Let me say
Onana
one
can't
thing.
pass the ball. Are you crazy?
No, Onana, you know Onana. But Mark Moores, let me tell you one thing I've realized about Onana. I'm not being bad, yeah? I swear, Staffy. That guy, he looks for cameras. I promise you.
Oh,
That guy is an attention seeker. 100%. I'm telling you now. My guy, see, look, as soon as he, look, you know, I was like, oh my God, look at what he's doing. He's shouting at Maguire. He's so special. I'm like, oh my God, the guy's a fool. The guy was chucked at Ajax Football Club. He lost bloody Inter Milan the UCL. My guy was shouting at
Lost of the UCL.
Brozovic told him, shut up, man. You're nobody, man. You came from Ajax. You're jobless, and we gave you a job here to be in goal. You have no right to talk to me. And then he comes to United. Oh my God, he was shocked because he knows you're dumb. He knows your fans that you deluded. Only if I shout at Maguire, oh my God, your fans will love me. Hamza, oh my God, you're so special. If I criticize Maguire today, Man United are my best friend. So the fact that he came and shouted Maguire, I see.
But see, Hamza, I didn't bring it up. You did.
Maguire didn't do anything at that time.
Yes,
hey, yo, Sean is saying Onana shouted like he was on TikTok. Nah, that's crazy.
No, Maguire was mistaken for that ball. But listen, you brought it up, not me. So you're saying Man United fans are talking about it. But yeah, I didn't bring it up. You're the one who just brought it up. So it just shows that what you're saying is absolute waffle. But listen, Hamza, Onana's been excellent since we brought him in. His passes last game were pinpoint.
Excellent,
they were perfect.
stretch, like chill out.
Wallahi, his passing has been excellent. Did you not
He's
see
been
the
very
balls?
good.
Did you not see the passes that he was pinging to Rashford in the second half?
Just because you had De Gea before Onana does not make Onana.
No. Wallahi, listen,
Ronaldinho.
you know when I'm not being shameless, and I'm being very objective.
And I'm not
right
being
now.
shameless either. I'm saying I've said. Did I not
His
just say
passing
very
has
good?
been excellent, wallahi.
Okay, I said
Thank
very.
you.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying overall, the package has been very good.
I mean, there's not much that he could have done. Even the goals he's conceded, he actually hasn't done anything wrong. The Madrid game,
So
he
you're not even
conceded
going to
2
blame
goals.
his positioning for the Jude goal?
No, I'm not going to blame him for an offside goal. No, I'm not. Sorry.
Don't be shameless.
It was offside. What do you want me to be shameless?
My guy
No, but his
offside,
positioning
offside.
was way wrong,
Everybody
bro.
says it.
It was an offside goal, so there's no point of talking about it. I've seen people
There you
saying
are.
that.
There you are.
I've seen people saying he should have saved the overhead kick. I don't know what they're talking about. The goal that they scored, Dortmund, he only conceded 1. The other 2, Heaton was in goal. People were saying, oh, well, De Gea didn't come off his line. And you guys used to say he stays on his line, so why he didn't come out for the cross or the pass? I'm like, have you ever played football in your life? What kind of goalkeeper comes out to collect that? Are you talking? Like, what are you actually talking about? So I'm not going to, listen, if you're trying to banter about Onana, I'm not interested in that. I'm trying to talk about this team and criticize what actually was wrong with the team. And I talked about the midfield. But if we're gonna sit here and we're gonna banter about Onana, Onana's been perfect. To me, Onana, Van de Beek, and Sancho were the best 3 players.
Alex is onto you for that Casemiro take.
Big up to Alex, my G.
Big up Alex, that's my guy right there. He's onto you for that Casemiro take. He's saying, what about Casemiro on the ball though?
He's talking about Mason Mount because he said his best abilities off the ball.
Oh, that's even better.
Attributes. Bro, does he want me to make up shit? Do you want me to sit here and talk about Mount and saying that he's
I tried to say it to you. You know the difference between me and Alex? I can be an asshole, and sometimes I am. Alex is an asshole all the time. So Alex just doesn't have any like leeway, you know? Alex is just on your neck all the time.
But Alex himself knows Mount better than me. So why does he want me to sit here and say good things about Mount?
But he's played horribly the last.
No, but
maybe you thought you were crediting him for it. Maybe you thought you were crediting him for it. I don't know.
Like Havertz has looked better than Mount in preseason. I'm gonna be honest.
Because Havertz is coming in a better midfield. He's actually doing it better in a better team. While our team, listen, if I'm being very honest, the change of tactics in that midfield is not looking good.
No.
Because movement, sad. No, what do you mean? Don't be that. I am telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. You guys are a better drilled team than us. We have actually changed our tactics now. Instead of playing 2 deep midfielders, we're playing Casemiro on his own, and we moved 2 high 8s. Now Casemiro can't play with 2 high 8s. Do you want me to tell you the truth? This is the truth. Do you want me to sit here and bullshit? Do you want me to say, like, it's like I can't win in either way. If I'm being shameless, you won't take it. But when I'm telling you the truth, you're saying don't say that. This is what
I don't understand with you guys is, and your entire fan base, and you're part of this. Why do you always look at it as an agenda? So it's an agenda to say Mason Mount's been playing shit then? That's not an
You
agenda.
can-
He's been playing like shit.
No, I'm saying the whole midfield has been bad, but I explained why he's been bad, and he looks bad because as a whole, the whole midfield looks bad. Casemiro looks bad because as a
So you
whole, the
agree
midfield
Casemiro is looking bad as well?
Oh, the whole midfield has been looking bad. Our best half against Dortmund was the first half. The first.
So we
60
were right
minutes.
all along. So it's not just oh my god, believe in Ten Hag.
Bro, I was one of Sam, be
That's
honest.
why I
Did
said we.
here?
That's why I said we.
Oh, so
me
you're
and you.
including me in it, yeah? Because you
Yeah.
know Ozzy on your head top, because you sat there and you told me to believe in the manager for no reason, and I gave it a chance. And I'm not saying it's over, and I'm not even attacking Mount, but I'm saying what I see so far, and what I see is what I predicted. I didn't predict this midfield to be.
Staffy, say the truth about your fan base. Be honest, because I know what you're
I can't,
feeling.
bro.
You
Wallahi, I can't, because, bro, the amount of hate that I've gotten since that game, everyone's like, oh, it's a preseason game. It's a preseason game. The preseason game is a preparation, what we're going to do for the Wolves game. So the tactics that the manager is using is what he wants to prepare and drill into these players for the start of the season. The manager said, I don't play friendlies. So if the manager told me to take friendlies seriously, why am I to listen to you, a nobody, just like me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a fan. But listen to you and say, oh, yeah, it's just preseason. We're going to turn up on the first day of the season. We're going to play like a prime Barcelona. That's not how football works. You use preseason to experiment, especially when you're adding new players. So we added a goalkeeper and we added a midfielder, and we're about to add a striker. These are 3 starters in our team. This team is going to look different than last year. So what we did last year is not necessarily an example of what we're going to do this year, because we're playing different. If he can't drill it into the players soon enough, we could have a slow start to the season. So me sitting here and genuinely being worried about how this team is looking in terms of tactics, I think I'm being very objective about it. It doesn't mean that I'm throwing the season out. Yeah, I'm not throwing the season out of the window. I'm like, we're going to finish outside
the one thing I hate about any fan of any club is if you just follow, unless you're a Man City fan, because Pep has given you that right, don't follow your manager blindly. Just like anything he does. Oh, Ten Hag. Like, Ten Hag is not the Messiah. No one's the Messiah, bro. It's just that there's no Messiah in this like managerial life. You can criticize stuff. When it comes to Mason Mount, it was the wrong signing, and I stick by it till the day. I don't think he's gonna play well at all because there's no balance there. Staffy said it to you guys on the channel. Every time Casemiro gets the ball, Mount is about 30 yards away, and Bruno's 30 yards away.
They're too far away from each other, bro. And everyone I spoke to, that I actually rate their opinions, because I don't just listen to my opinion. People think I'm arrogant. No, I'm not. I actually listen to a lot of other
You
people.
are a little bit.
But I rate certain people. So there's certain people that I spoke to, and they're like, listen, we think this midfield is not looking good because no one is close enough to Casemiro in the build-up. We all sat here and we predicted by adding Mount that Man United are going to play Bruno deeper. And we had a conversation if he could do it or not, because we all genuinely expected that. But then the manager's doing something absolutely different. He's not even playing him deep as we thought. He's still playing him in the position he played in last season. But basically, just imagine Eriksen being moved all the way up the pitch, and then you took him out and put Mount. That's all we did with our midfield from last season.
You know, before
the dynamic itself changed.
Before the rest of the guys kind of chime in on the whole Mount situation, big up to Fatur says United played 2 games this weekend and Mason Mount could play in both of them. 007 meme incoming. Oh, I can't wait. Oh,
he can't play in both of them.
I cannot wait. Fatur, if that happens,
you know, Mason Mount's cardio might get him too.
He can't play in both of them. And if he does 007, no one DM me, no one message me. Don't do it. Leave me alone. I was not one of the subscribers to this signing. Listen, you can't do that to me. If I tell you I don't want something and it's being forced on me, why are you bantering me for it? I never wanted it. Blame Lewis. Lewis sold him to me when I didn't want him. Lewis kept saying, no, take him. He got the minerals. I said no. He left him at my doorstep and left. He just left him. I just woke up. I found Mason Mount at my doorstep, and Lewis was just riding off in his car. So I can't do anything about it. I was forced in this.
Staffy, unfortunately, in this game,
here goes
whatever your club does, you have to pay the price.
Why do I have to pay the price?
Whatever my club does, in this video right now, in this stream, I have to pay the price for anything that Arsenal do. Same way you have to pay the price for anything that Man United do. So if Maguire,
I don't have to. I'm here to explain.
It's not. You know what?
Yeah, but we have to.
I'm here to explain what's happening.
You're gonna have to take the stick.
No. The reason you get more stick than me is that you back Arteta blindly. I don't back Ten Hag blindly. I'm a fan of Ten Hag, but I have said enough that I don't agree with Ten Hag on. So I've sat here on multiple streams and I said I back Ten Hag, but I have a question about X, Y, Z. You hear whatever Arteta says, you're okay with it. 2 weeks ago, you were telling me Ramsdale was better than Onana. And I promise you, the minute Raya signs, you're going to tell me Raya's better than Onana. And Hamza, you know this fan base. You know this fan base very well. You know they're going to
do that. They were telling us Ramsdale was the best keeper, and then suddenly they want another keeper to replace Ramsdale.
And now they're saying...
And listen, before we go to Arsenal, Staffy, that's a very good way of deflecting. But we still have to hear... I want to hear Hamza's opinion on United. But let me just run through the super chats quickly. Sometimes saying it's better to say nothing, says Alex. Hamza is still a fraud. Big up Alex, man. Big up, Alex. Thank you for the support. My brother. Naveed says 007 doesn't count if you play for... Oh, you think that's how it works? We don't care if you play 7 minutes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could play 3 minutes. It's the 007 is
he
still
came on for extra time. People were still...
AJ is saying they actually gave Mount the number 7 shirt. Big up to AJ, the City fan. Wallahi, I cannot believe AJ. I can't... This is why Manchester is blue. You're a City fan. This is exactly why Manchester is blue. Thanks so much for the super chat. Before we go to Gigantesco Club de Football, because that's the guy that I want to address the United thing on. There's 700 people here. 300 likes is our next target. Slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel, my lovely people. We ended August with a bang, and we ended July with a bang. We're starting August with a bang as well, my lovely people. Look at this unbelievable esteemed panel. Even with Staffy here, it's still 5 stars. So make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing right now. And this is the point I want to address. Casemiro, Mount, Bruno, and Amrabat. Ten Hag is trying to put together the least press-resistant midfield in Premier League history. Horrible.
Is very good on the ball. What are you talking about?
You know on the... What?
Amrabat is very good on the ball. You know what it is?
Good on the ball.
Wallah, he's good on the ball.
Saad is a Moroccan. Saad, speak the truth right now.
Saad is a fraud, bro. Saad he would call him Pirlo if he would have went to Arsenal. Because if he went to Arsenal,
he's Moroccan. You're Moroccan. You have to say the truth.
Because he's Moroccan, he knows more of football than me.
He's very good at being the runner, and literally he'll put his heart out on the pitch and be able to get that ball back for you. But come on, good on the ball.
Okay, you know what? Staffy. Let's take a step back.
Let's not really.
Let's assume Amrabat's good on the ball. It's okay.
He is.
Yeah, I don't want to argue it. The other 3. Now what?
What is the point?
Where's the balance?
They're not gonna all play together anyways.
Are they gonna play all together?
So who's going to the bench then?
Habibi, listen. This Champions League football this season, you're not gonna play the same formation. This team is not drilled enough or even accomplished enough to play the same 11 every game and expect to dominate. There's gonna be certain games where you're playing better teams, or you're playing big teams in general, where you're going to have to be a little bit more defensive, and you're going to have to go with the double pivot. There's going to be games where basically...
like you're in a press conference.
So Mount basically could be sacrificed in certain games.
Give me the real answer, please.
I am giving you the real answer. There's games
I'm not asking
there's going to be games away. Where Mount is not going to play.
I'm asking what City away, where you play Amrabat and Casemiro. I agree. I'm saying
you're going to play double pivot in games, or is there games you're going to play just 1-6? I just explained that to you. What is so hard to understand? I just gave you an answer.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what's annoying me. How many teams in this league would you have to defend like that against? City, maybe Liverpool at Anfield, Arsenal at Emirates.
Away games, sometimes you set up differently for away games. Go into the
so
Champions
you're telling
League.
Me if you go to Luton Town away, you'll play Amrabat.
See, this is the cheap answer. The easiest thing you would have said is Luton. Of course, you're going to say Luton because you can just like make it seem like it's some shit.
Did I not just say Emirates, Anfield, and Etihad? I understand. Did I not just say that?
Then you go to Luton, so it's either Etihad and Liverpool.
Okay, so I'm just telling you, forget the 3 games where you need to do that. We're talking generalities.
There's away games, there's top games, there's injuries,
whether you like it or not. Staffy, whether you like it or not.
You're so shameless, Wallah.
Whether you like it. No, I'm not being shameless. I'm actually being very honest.
No,
whether you like it or not.
Because I gave an honest answer, bro.
You can ask Lewis. Okay, I'm being shameless. You can ask Lewis. You can ask Hamza. You can ask Saad. You did not sign Mason Mount to sit on the bench. Mason Mount is starting. So get that out of your head that he's going to be a bench player.
Bro, why are you talking about Mason Mount like he's prime Messi and he can't be subbed off? Why are we not supposed to have depth? 7. Why are we not allowed to have depth? Is Havertz going to play every game? There's going to be games where Havertz doesn't play, and he's going to stick with maybe a double pivot. He's going to play Trossard. There's things that I'm just saying, bro. You don't necessarily add people when it means they play all 38 games. Why are you talking about him like he's untouchable?
When did I say that?
Amrabat being added to the thing because you keep saying you didn't sign him to put him on the bench.
Most games, yeah. Most games.
Bibi, Amrabat adds diversity into that team. He gives us something that we don't have in that number 6 position, where it's someone who's not just a destroyer, he actually knows how to build from the back. Bro, why are you putting this on my face? Pause. Just what are we doing?
Where's your shield? Can you show us? Because you're clearly deflecting.
Bro, how am I deflecting? Am I talking to
I'm not
idiots?
talking about 38 games, Staffy. I'm saying in general.
So we're not supposed to have diversity into the midfield, Hussein. Why can we not have a different type of
You know,
number
there's an
6?
Arabic saying. بقول له جمل بقول حلبوه. I tell him it's a camel. It's a male camel يعني, and he tells me milk it. It doesn't have nipples. How can I milk it?
Why can you not have a different type of number 6? Is Partey and Rice the same profile of number 6?
You know your
Answer
problem?
me.
I'm asking you a question that you're not answering. That's
I mean, you want me to have the whole season with one profile of number 6, and
I never said that once again. I'm saying, what is the generality? I'm not talking about what you'll do in a tough away game. I'm talking in general. Who's going to be your 3 in general?
Why are you asking that question when I already answered it? You know who our 3 is. It's currently Casemiro, Bruno, and Mount. But adding a number 6 who brings a different game that you don't have, especially that there could be injuries. Casemiro could get suspended again, and he doesn't really play the same way that Amrabat will play anyways, even though this fraud, Saad, said that he doesn't know how to build a play. I'll send you an educational video after this, and I will change your mind about Amrabat.
If you're talking about comps, then I can make Henderson look like
it's not. Wallahi, it's not comps. If I'm saying
I could make Yaya Sanogo look like Prima 9.
You need to understand ball for me. Listen. Wow. You need to understand ball for me to rate any comp that you create, anyways.
Wow. AJ.
How many games do you watch?
That was a good one, AJ.
Stuffy, how many games have you watched for Amrabat? Do you watch Serie A?
I knew you were gonna say that. Wallahi, I was waiting for someone to say that. Hamza, I'll send you the video as well.
So do you watch him like in Serie A, or you've only seen him in the World Cup?
I'll send you the video as well. That's my answer.
See, that's what I'm saying. The guy doesn't know. I can tell United fan have become specialists in knowing Amrabat, who this Amrabat is.
I didn't claim I'm a specialist.
That's it.
I didn't claim to be a specialist, but whenever a team sends a player, we all want to learn about this player. I don't expect anyone here for most of our signings to know, did you watch like 10 games of this guy and that guy? We can sit and lie, but we don't all do that. But you do your research if you want to know what the player is about. And I know enough people in this fan base that actually make videos and they spend time researching before they make these videos to talk about a certain player. And that's what I'm saying. I'll send you an educational video if you want.
And I know, but the thing is, we've seen videos like this being made for players like Lokonga being that next upcoming, whatever it is, next Vieira. I saw.
But I didn't say that, Hamza. All I said that he can actually pass the ball from the back, and
I've seen
the fraud said no.
Yeah, I've seen players like being told like the next Roy Keane, Eric Jemba, the players like that, and it doesn't turn out to be great. So
I'm not making any claims.
Guy, I'm sorry to be stuffy. I'm sorry for the sake of all Moroccans. Like, listen, Morocco doesn't produce great midfielders. They produce great strikers, attackers, but midfielders, that's not their speciality. And I think I doubt this guy. I've seen the way he plays. He plays like I've seen him when he chased up Kylian Mbappe, proper headless chicken man, and he got him. And we've seen.
But you know, that set the reputation.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
Wan-Bissaka having a fantastic game against Mbappe, and everyone said, "Oh my God, look at Wan-Bissaka, fantastic, one of the best." But guess what? Where is he at now? Where is he at? So you
Hamza, I was like you. I assumed
that you're special.
I was like you. I assumed that was Amrabat's only profile because of the World Cup when he did that tackle on Mbappe. But this is what I'm saying. When you actually do some research on a player and you educate yourself, you'll know that there's more to it. I thought he was more of a destroyer only. This guy is actually good on the ball. He bossed the game in the Conference League against West Ham against this guy's 105 million midfielder, Declan Rice. You know, Declan Rice did nothing in the game. You know, so as I said, I'm more than happy to educate you guys on a player that you don't know much of, because that's the same thing that I did for myself.
So did you watch Fiorentina play Arsenal?
It was West Ham. It wasn't Arsenal.
West Ham play Arsenal.
Yeah, they
West Ham play Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, in the Conference League final. Yeah.
You watched it?
Yeah.
These guys, man. I know these United fans are frauds, man. You guys are frauds.
You just asked me if I watched the Conference League final.
Yeah.
So Hamza, I'm gonna lie about one game. I didn't even claim that I watched him.
You
asked me
about. Listen, let me
Hamza,
tell you.
this
Even
is the
Hussam
issue,
will
though,
tell you.
Hamza.
There was a guy by Hussam's name called Neil Mellor. He scored a wonderful goal against Arsenal. And he was the next
Yes.
big striker. And guess what? Nothing happened to him. So you can have 1 or 2 games, but it's
Hamza,
consistent.
but that wasn't my claim. I didn't say he's a great player because he played well against Declan Rice when it was in the Conference League final. You asked me, did you watch that game? And I said yes. And that's it. But you took that and I was like, oh, so see, now he's saying he watched Amrabat last season. Oh, now he's saying because he had one good game, he's going to be like this player and that player. I didn't say any of that. You just asked my question, I responded.
I've seen the way United...
guys, sorry, time out. Just 1 second. Hold that thought a little bit. Just before we carry on, I want to thank Lewis for joining us. He actually joined us while he's a little bit sick as well. So big up to him. Get well soon, my brother. Big up to
Bless
you.
my guys. I'll be on next time and everything, but I
Bless,
got a
bless,
life.
bless,
But
bless.
bless my
Let
guys.
me
Hope you guys have a
know.
good night. Love my
Take
people.
care, Lewis.
Find
care,
him,
bro.
Carefree Lewis G. That's the name of this channel. Go follow him. I put the red thing on for you guys. Big up to Lewis, man. Thank you for joining us. So carry on, Hamza. What you were saying on Mount?
Listen, these guys are specialists, man. These guys, when they sign a player, they become even Hojlund guy. They signed this Hojlund guy, who I don't know whether we've spoken about this guy, but they signed this unknown striker no one knows about, played at Atlanta. I researched him, and he's not even one of the top scorers in bloody
Shall I do this?
Serie A. I looked at all the scorers. It's like Victor Osimhen, Lautaro Martinez, a guy called Boulaye Dia,
DM me, Alex.
Ademola Lookman, a failure at Everton, Oliver Giroud, a geriatric guy, an old guy from Arsenal, failed at Chelsea, when they become a 5th choice. Mbala Nzola, Domenico Berardi, Paulo Dybala. I can't even see his name. And they signed this guy for 70 million. But then they tell me
But
that
see the
they signed
issue.
this great upcoming talent, whatever it is.
See the issue, Hamza. I tried to come on the show today, and I'm being very objective. I put the shamelessness away for one day,
But
and
it's true.
you're just coming in with one agenda after the other.
No,
And
but it's true.
You're not. What is true, Hamza?
Well, about this Hojlund guy, the players
Hamza,
you're
but-
signing and pretending to be specialists. Like
Hamza,
you're
but
telling us
I already
Hojlund-
admitted that we overpaid for him. I do think we overpaid. If we got him for something around 50, I will understand that this is the market price. Due to inflation in general, everyone is being overpaid for. And the striker market this season doesn't have a lot of strikers. So I would have sat here and I told you, yeah, I get it. It's about 50 to 60. I do think spending 75 as a whole package is a little bit too much.
How many goals do you expect from him this season?
In the league or in general?
After you spend 70, 80, is he 85 million? Yeah, you spent 85 million.
Overall.
How much do you expect goals? He's the most expensive striker they've ever signed in history. So overall, like Premier League goals, how much do you expect for this guy?
So this is the most expensive signing in what?
You signed him at 85 million euros, the most expensive striker in Man United's history. Yeah, no one's ever been that expensive. I believe he's the most expensive. I think he's overpassed Lukaku. Is it?
I think Lukaku was more.
Okay, him and Lukaku. But what's the expectation? How many goals will he score this season?
It's 85 as a package, but do you mean the league or overall?
League goal.
I personally expect about 12 to 15.
Bloody hell. For 85 million striker, you expect 12 to 15
12 goals.
Hamza, how many?
Danny Welbeck level. You expect
Danny Welbeck
striker, Danny Welbeck level. 12.
Danny Welbeck.
What a
had one goal.
pathetic fan base.
Danny Welbeck had one goal in the league last season. Thank you so much. And secondly, Hamza, if we sit here and I name all the players that played for Man United in the front line, at least,
are you really doing all this for 10 goals?
Let me see who scored.
I'm not doing anything, bro. You're asking me questions. What you guys are trying to press me to act shameless. I said 12. Bro, that's my expectation. What the fuck you want me to say? You want me to say 20?
1 second.
15 in all comps?
I don't expect 20. I don't expect 20. Last season, I didn't. I actually won a bet. I actually won a bet against one of my friends.
Can you answer all comps?
Nunes comes in. No, I said Prem. I said last season when Nunes went into.
Okay, then that's fair. I thought you said all comps.
No, not in all comps. I didn't expect Nunes to score over 50
Big up to a guy who's a
shooter
shooter in all comps joining us, man. Like Alex. Big up Alex.
Well, quickly, let me just finish this. Yeah. So you want him to score same amount, less goals than Saka, less goals than Martinelli last year, less goals than Mitrovic, less goals than Rodrigo, but you want him to score one more goal above Almiron, Maddison, and Eze. That's your expectation, and you're happy.
Okay.
And McAllister, 2 more goals than
Hamza.
McAllister.
Hamza, did you? Hamza,
you're quite happy with that.
Hamza, this is why you're shameless, Hamza. You asked me, Staffy, what is your expectation? You didn't tell me what makes you happy in terms of goals
No,
next season?
expectation.
So my expectations are based on reality, Hamza. Hamza's not cooking. This guy just loves being up Hamza's ass. Listen, you asked me what is my expectation. My expectation
Pause.
and what I want are two different things. No, there's no pause. He's actually
This is a
so up
PG show.
Hamza's ass is insane. Okay, you
It's
asked me
about
my
to be
expectation.
not
A
PG.
20-year-old striker coming
Chill
into
out,
a new
Alex.
league. Listen,
Yeah.
a 20-year-old striker coming into a new league, a new country, having to adapt. I still don't know the amount of minutes that he's going to play. So I'm not assuming that he's going to play 90 minutes for 38 games. I'm taking a safe bet saying he's going to have 12 to 15.
put on the bench.
Let me.
Hamza, do you not see how many players we have in the front line? Because if I asked you, if we talk about Rashford, you're going to tell me, oh, he's supposed to score at least 15 goals. If we talk about Sancho, people are going to say he needs to score at least double digits. If we talk about Anthony, people are going to say he needs to score double digits. If we talk about Bruno, people are going to say he needs to score double digits. If we talk about Mount, people are going to say
all
something.
the above is true. All the above is true.
So if that's the case,
he
if
told
that's
me
the-
last week. He told me last week that all he needs is a striker. He said live on this show. He said we need to see what we're gonna get in September, and we need a striker. You've got your striker. You spent 85 million on your striker. Your striker has cost more than Gakpo. Your striker has cost more than Gabriel Jesus. Your striker has scored more than Haaland. Your striker has scored more than.
the question
Kunku.
last week, Hamza.
And what
the
is
question
the
last week.
expectation? I expect your striker to score more than Gakpo, to score more than Jesus,
Why? But
and
why?
to score more than people like what's the name? The striker that Alex just signed, and Kunku, that guy, Jackson.
But why?
Yeah.
But why? Why is he supposed to do that?
85 million. When you
So-
spend money,
So
you expect
Hamza,
to
you score
deliver.
goals based on money. So I mean, Haaland was
Absolutely.
cheap.
When
It was
the
only
job of a
52.
striker is to score
So
goals.
why did Haaland score all these goals? He should have scored less than Nunez.
No.
Because Nunez costs more.
No. The job of a striker is to do what?
Hamza, you're going over something that doesn't make sense to me. You're saying, yes, as a striker, you're supposed to score goals, but you're saying it's based on price. So if it's based on price, whoever the striker costs the most should be the top goal scorer every season. Is that how
Lukaku.
football works?
Yeah,
Is that how football works?
if you cost so much, like if you cost more than 60, 70 million, you're an expensive. You cost 85 million euros. You want me to feel
How much is Haaland cost?
Go on, Alex.
How much is Haaland cost?
52
50
on
million.
paper, but we know it's not 52.
50.
50. Wow.
Just
Based
on
on that price, he should be scored 3 goals.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. But that
That was
doesn't make
sarcastic,
sense.
man. That
Because
was
he's making
sarcastic.
fun of you, Hamza.
But no,
Because you don't
No,
score based
no,
on your
because
price
I-
tag.
No.
I don't expect people to feel
Forget,
sorry.
Robbie.
for me.
forget.
I don't
Forget. I just want to know.
This is
from
why I
Staffy-
take painkillers before I do shows with you, because you give me a headache, man.
I just
wanna-
want to. I have
you
a
wanna
question.
set
number one.
expectations
why
based on
Hamza
prices.
looks like he's in like a psychiatric hospital.
He's at work and he's
locked up.
Why
hiding.
do you look like
He's
you're
at
in a
work,
ward?
he's at work,
You're locked
Alex.
up in
He
a
joined
ward.
us from
Look at
work
you.
as well.
You've been locked up in a room in a ward, yeah. Why do you look like that? Make your
Why-
bed
why
before you
would-
come
it's
to the
called
show.
bedroom. You
Make
see,
your bed.
This is the bed. It's
Yeah,
called
make that
bedroom.
bed.
You should be
We can see
surprised
on
if
the
you
side.
don't know what the bed looks like. But Staffy, I have a question for you. What
Don't go back to
formation
miss
you
him
go-
out, please.
I know you don't have nothing about Mason Mount, so I'm just gonna
You
start
were
to
in the
ask you a
comments talking
question.
about Mason Mount, and I'm like, why is
No,
he
no,
doing
no,
that
no,
to
no,
me?
no, no. I know you have nothing to say about Mason Mount. Sometimes it's better to do this.
I was asked the
play-
question. Do you want me not to speak?
No, no. You just say I don't have no answers. I can't
I
explain.
did have an
Some
answer.
things can't
If you
be
don't
in a-
like it, it's different. But I did have an answer.
Well, but the answer you gave is like the guy is so good after ball. Is that how we rate the players? How good they after ball? What about
No,
learning
Alex,
how
but that's
on the
not what
ball?
I said. But that's not what I said. I didn't say he was great. Everyone else was
I
shit.
actually thought he
I
did
said-
decent in against what's the name? I just think that the previous Mount is showed up and the still Mount. I thought maybe he was a manager, but I think his how you said instincts becomes instincts. Like if you want to see Kai Havertz and Mason Mount heat maps when they're at Chelsea, you can follow them. It's like Twin Peaks. They follow each other. They hold each other's hands. For some reason, Mason Mount went to United and he holds hands with Bruno. Like why? Why they combine
No,
things?
he actually, if what you're saying is true, actually last game he was making very similar runs to Rashford, and they
Exactly.
both overwrapped. Off the ball, they were making the same runs. There was that chance, if you guys
I
remember, the
did
one
like
that
that
Aaron
he gave a
Bissaka
ball
missed.
away quick, that he passed it quicker than he used to be at Chelsea, because for some reason he thought
Well, that's what
that
I'm
he's
saying.
press
What-
resistant in Chelsea. which
When
he's not.
Sad was trying to say he was shit, I actually don't think he's doing anything outside of what the manager is asking him to do. What I've seen him do, it's not amazing. I'm not sitting there, I'm like, wow, it's so much worth the money. He makes us so much better. I think he's doing what he's being asked. I just don't think it's working because the midfield
Okay,
is
what
not,
about
it's not looking good together.
What about Amrabat, extra midfielder coming at United? What kind of formation you think you're gonna play?
I still don't know. I explained
What
what he
Ten Hag
brings
used to
in
be
depth.
related to Ragnak or whatever that manager used to be.
No, he hated him actually.
He did hated him.
He hated him because they got rid of him when they signed Ten Hag, and all the players that he basically recommended, he just absolutely dismissed it. But he
Because
recommended a lot of German players from the
I have
Bundesliga.
a little theory. I had a little theory about that. You know how
He didn't
Ragnar-
steal his homework. If that's what you think?
No. He liked that 4-2-2-2 formation. And I was thinking maybe that's the formation he's looking for, like Amrabat.
With Amrabat.
Casemiro.
I don't think so, because I think he wants to play. People keep saying that I'm crazy for saying that. I really think he wants to play Kobe a lot, the 18-year-old, but he's injured for a couple months, so now I'm gonna have to see something different. But I really think he was trying to find a way to fit him in that team, to have two DMs and still have two what's his name, Mount and Bruno play high up the pitch with Rashford and whoever else. So listen, bro, there's not enough of a sample size for me to tell you what I think the manager wants to do.
Tell me about
I still haven't seen the manager with Hojlund. I haven't seen the the team with Hojlund. I haven't seen the team with
Tavi, you
Amrabat.
have
If we get
no
him.
excuses, man. You expected to win the
What
league.
excuse? I haven't seen that,
No,
Hamza.
no.
What do you want me? You want me to be a
You
fortune
guys
teller?
play this victim mentality. I swear to God.
What is the
I swear to God, yeah, they play
Guy,
this victim mentality. Oh, give him time. Oh, I haven't seen the manager do this. Oh,
no,
guys,
Hamza.
wait until the transfer market was closed. Today, they've signed 85 million striker. They're signing Amrabat. The guy wants us still making. Listen,
What
Staffy.
is the excuse?
You signed
You
85
asked me
million
what I
striker.
think. I said I
You
haven't
signed
seen it.
Amrabat, you signed Onana, you signed Mount, you finished third, won in Carling Cup. Next season, trophy, Premier League. If you don't get the Premier League, you're a failure. The same way we're going to judge Arteta. No one's going to let that go. And Hojlund, if he doesn't bag, because we came for Darwin Núñez. Everyone came for Lukaku. When Lukaku did not bag goals at Chelsea, people came for Chelsea fans. Fraud.
No, it didn't.
He's
It was
20
Chelsea.
years
What a failure.
old.
Yeah,
He's
the same
20.
thing as Núñez last season, they dunked on Núñez. Gabriel Jesus, they dunked on him end of the season. We
How
will
many goals
dunk
do you
on
expect
Hojlund.
in the
I'm
league,
telling you
Hamza?
now, that boy will lose his hair as much as Ten Hag. His blonde hair is gonna come off. I'm
I
telling
Let
you
me
now.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
I'm not accepting anything less than 20 league goals. If Saka's banging
20 league
15
goals.
league goals,
Hamza, can I
if
ask you a
Saka
question?
is banging 15 league goals and Martinelli 14,
Hamza.
you expect me to let go of a striker
Saka
that
takes
cost
penalties.
85 million? No
Saka
chance.
takes penalties. Hamza, let me ask you a question. You know how many players last season scored over 20 goals in the league?
Over 20 goals.
Yes. You know how
think
many?
so. Mason Mount and
Harry Kane,
Haaland
Ivan
did.
Toney,
And
and Haaland, obviously.
so
And
three
Salah.
players. 3 players in the. No, I think Salah had 18, but I'm talking about strikers mainly. So
Salah had 19 or 20.
19, my God. man.
19. I mean, we can count as 20 if you want, but it doesn't really change much of the point that I'm trying
You're
to
not
make.
my dad.
3 players scored over 20 goals last season, and you want a 20-year-old on his
Luke, you're
debut
not my
season
father.
in the toughest league in the world to come in his debut season and score
Callum
20.
Wilson scored 18. Callum Wilson scored 18. What a disgrace.
I do have
Callum
a question
Wilson.
about Ten
You want
Hag's
me-
ability.
You want me to listen? I just looked here. You want me to accept that he will score the same amount of goals as Iwoniyi at Nottingham Forest? Are you joking? Are you
Listen,
really joking for 85 million
If he
strikers?
scores about 15 goals, I am happy with it, because when he's
You
scoring
know what's funny
15,
that Hamza tries to compare everybody's club based on his club, like everybody's club.
Hamza
can do
makes
what-
nonsense comparisons,
No,
and that's
Alex,
fine. This
I'm
this
backing
is
your
why I
club.
don't listen to Hamza.
I don't need you to back my club. Which one?
This-
Back your club, the original one, Arsenal,
listen,
and then we'll go
Alvarez,
back to City.
Listen,
is-
Haaland, we knew he's going to bag. I said it, he's going to bag more than 25 league goals. I said it. I said, if we buy Haaland for that and that
He
wages,
says a lot of
extra
stuff.
goals.
It's hard to
Extra
catch up
goals.
with everything.
If
you're
I
Okay,
saying.
but
sign
you-
players,
but-
extra trophies. I'm
But
not-
you rate Haaland and you think Haaland is world class. But then when we signed Hojlund, you thought he was overpriced because he's shit. So how do you think he's shit? but then
No,
you want him to back 20
I
goals.
want to see
gotta stick to
Ten
something.
Hag's talent ID. I want to see this guy. This
Maybe
goal
Ten
scorer.
Hag thought that he's
spending
signing
money.
Haaland's cousin based on his name.
Ten
but
Hag
he
has
didn't
spent
do it.
400 million this season. 400 million. It's not
Did
400.
not spend 400 million.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like make a wish, like wish,
Wish.com. How much was
Island.
That's the
He
one.
spent about
That's the one.
170. Stop.
Hey, Alex,
170
Alex,
last
that's the
season?
one.
No, I'm saying this summer he spent about 170. Last
Okay,
season, it was
170 plus Amrabat. How much would that be?
Amrabat is cheap. He's going to be about 25.
No, it's gonna be 35.
Amrabat's got 35, 40 million. We
How
know.
much?
No, he's not
35.
40 million. Can you
So
stop
35.
lying?
Yo, you're gonna
Okay,
pay
500,
60, you're
200
going to
million
pay
then you are.
60 million for Amrabat.
We're not paying 60 million. What are you guys talking about?
You
Are
not,
you guys?
but you
Are you talking about
your manager
reports,
will.
or are we talking about what we think? First of all, the manager doesn't pay the fee; the club does. So let's stop putting everything on the manager. Okay?
Hold on a
It's
second.
a
He
man-
is not going to
Yeah.
cost
This is the
us
manager's-
60 million.
Hold on.
You're
This is
poor
the
manager
manager's
signing
team.
for players, man.
Hold on a
Why is
second.
this whole show? See, Hassan, what
I
you
thought
do to
it-
me,
I
bro?
thought it was
You
Man
put me on a
United
whole
subject,
show
so
where
that's
people
why.
want to attack me, and I'm being
No,
very,
nobody-
very.
Listen, if you
Honest.
can't handle Hamza, that's your problem, not
No,
mine.
I said
you know?
now everyone is chiming in, and
No.
you know what the
Stafi,
issue is. I'm being
Stafi,
honest.
Answer me a question. In any club, for example, if you think that when Chelsea signs somebody like Vlahovic and whatever, and I don't like, and you think if he's not gonna ban, I'm not gonna ask Pochettino for what the fuck he did to approve this transfer? I'm
Wait, I
going
don't
off
get
of Pochettino all the way to Argentina. If that signings that he wanted personally say
But
and he
Okay, no, of course I get what you're saying, but the signing didn't fail. He hasn't even stepped a foot in a club yet, and we're already saying he's not going to do well. And me being realistic, saying he could score about 15
No.
No,
goals.
you're making excuses. There's a reason because you're
What
making
excuse am I making?
No.
What is the
I think
excuse?
you're
You're
saying he can't
misunderstanding
ban
the
20
situation.
or don't put him
I
under
don't
pressure.
think he'll
He's a
score
young
20,
kid.
Hamza. What? You want me to lie and tell you, yes, I think he'll score 20?
We expect that. We don't.
You expect that. You don't have to speak for
No,
everyone.
because
You
you're playing
expect that.
victim and you're supposed to be this great
I'm
man.
not
United,
playing
but
victim.
you're playing baby.
I'm telling you what the reality is.
We don't act like a
He
big club.
wants
We
you
pretend
to
be
be
a big
clipped.
club,
That's
but you
what
act like
Hamza
victims.
wants.
I've never
He
seen
wants
100%,
to have
Alex.
evidence for
You
the
don't
future.
have confidence in your
No.
club. Arsenal fans, I rate them one thing. Arsenal fans, I will tell every Arsenal fan, I respect you for one thing. You talk the talk, although you don't get it.
Yeah,
You talk the
the
talk.
way
like
they
a
do
You
big
it
don't
on
respect
paper.
them.
These
You
guys,
actually
come
made
on,
fun of
get
them
out of
for
here,
it.
man.
You actually made fun
And
of them.
listen.
You clipped them
This
the
is the
most.
perfect segue. Speaking of Arsenal, that's the final topic I want to touch on because we want people to be able to enjoy the replay as well. Big up to Cool Guy who says City are cheaters. Take away the trophies. Damn, Cool Guy. Cool Guy, if you're a Man United fan, by the way, you spent more money than City in the last 10 years and won absolutely nothing. So they cheated and they passed the exam. You cheated and you failed the exam. You didn't cheat, but you failed the exam. So yeah, big up to
As
you,
they
Cool Guy.
cheated.
And Murad is saying, Hamza, it's the Glazers' fault if they fail. Oh, Glazers out, Glazers out. Give me more than 450 million to that bald fraud. Anyway, big up to you, Murad, man. Shukran for the super
Shameless,
chat. Big up,
shameless fan base.
big up Murad, big up Cool Guy, big up AJ, Naveed, Gigantico, Fatur, Alex, Terry, NRL, Elias, and Will for the super chats. Big up to all the people who have shown us all the love and support. Make sure you're liking the video, make sure you're subscribing. There's still 700 people watching us at this moment in time. So, ladies and gentlemen, final topic of the day is a player both Chelsea and kind of Arsenal have been linked with, which is man like Kudus from Ajax. Sad has been sat there silent like an upset Charizard, so it's time for him to actually start
Like
talking.
Kai Havertz in the
So
corner.
Sad, talk to me about
Listen.
Kudus.
Listen, Kudus, bro, I feel like he's such a good player. Such a good player.
I know
He
he's
can-
he's gonna fit at Chelsea so well. I know that.
Nah. He's covered. Listen, if we get Kudus, yeah, that is the final piece. That is the final piece for the puzzle, man. The final piece. And then my team would just be perfect. I'll be like, okay, actually, no. The one thing we're missing
Who's
is
he
a proper
replacing?
striker. A proper striker.
Oh, they still want more.
Right.
Rice,
don't-
Odegaard,
don't
and
worry.
Kai Havertz. That's a final piece of a puzzle.
Listen, don't worry about who he's gonna replace. Yeah.
Oh, but I
I'm-
had to
I'm like-
answer
no,
whoever about
because-
replacing. See
because-
how this
No,
battle is
but
not
one
fair,
sec. One sec, Staffy, because you're not understanding when it comes to you replacing people and we ask you who is going to replace, that's because Fred, McTominay, Van der Beek, they're all going. You're getting rid of these guys. So you're going to only have a few midfielders.
No, the
And it's
question
gonna
for
be
me
built
was who
in
is he
Ten
going to
Hag's
replace in the
picture.
starting 11? The
So
question to me is who's he going to replace in the starting 11? And when I said he's there for depth, I got slated for that. But now you want to talk about depth. See
Yeah,
how this
Kudus-
panel is not fair, bro.
Could
Yeah,
no,
go ahead.
we're just waiting for him to get into the deeper end of the waters.
Well, I'm gonna
so we
cook
can
him
push
later. I
him
need
down
Hamza
at the
back.
end.
I need Hamza back.
If you-
Hamza
if you
had
really-
all that energy against me.
If you really want me to say who Kudus will take or will replace in the squad, I think he could take. Is that his name? Okay, Kudus. Sorry. Kudus. But if you really want me to tell you who Kudus is gonna replace in the squad,
Who?
you're on mute.
Saad, you're getting called out of the comments. I can't lie to you.
There is no double standards. It's one standard and that's it. Listen, when
And you see the difference between you and Murad?
I've got-
Murad is an Arsenal fan. He's like, we're winning the league, bro. We don't need a striker. Done.
Put in this comment right before.
No.
Where is your energy, Mr.
Put in this
Saad?
comment.
Where's your energy, huh? Because
my
Murad's saying
energy-
we're gonna win the league.
No, I 100%. I think we're gonna win. Listen, I think we're gonna win the league.
100%.
I think we've got a very good chance with the way Man City has. No, listen, you're gonna sit here and try and slate me. I don't care, bro.
No,
I'll say it.
nobody's trying.
I'm
You're
shameless
slating
myself.
yourself, man. By putting
no.
100%, 100%, it's a zero chance of
No.
doing it.
Okay,
It means
relax. One second.
no room for air.
Hey.
100% is no room for air. Error.
Okay, but listen, for me, I think we could win the league. Yeah,
Where's
I
Kudus
think
gonna play?
he's gonna play in the left 8 position, man.
Just
put
let him
in
talk
there.
and we'll
Put him
cook
in
him
there
up.
and he'll be
We'll-
able to do it.
Hold on a
Alex,
second.
let him talk, let him
You
talk.
already have the
I'll put him-
left eight is Kai Havertz.
Yeah, that's okay. He can hold bench for Kudus.
How many?
Yeah.
How many?
Oh,
men
now
is
they
there?
want to
Alright.
bench Havertz.
How many
See,
men
Alex
is
Yeah,
in
was
don't
the
going-
worry.
11?
Don't worry. I'll do it. I'll
You have
bench Havertz.
25 people in your first 11.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of them, man. Don't worry. There's gonna be people leaving.
They just signed. Listen, they just
Sambi
gave Reece
Lokonga's
Nelson a
out.
new contract. But
Yeah,
now
yeah,
they
but-
need Kudus. Okay.
Hold on.
75
hold on.
million Kai
So-
Havertz going to be on the bench.
Yes, he will. He
Oh,
will.
but when I
wow.
said no, it's gonna be rotated with Amrabat. That was an acceptable answer. That double
the thing
standard
is-
that I just caught you in is crazy, bro.
Oh, one
And I
second.
hope
What
everyone
million
in the
Kai
comments is
Havertz is
seeing
going to
this.
be on the bench.
It's
for
ridiculous.
75 million.
But Staffy,
Wallahi-
listen, you have to
Sam,
understand.
you should
yeah?
be cooking him like you cooked me when I said the exact same sentence and you thought it was absurd.
Did I not tell Saad 100 times Havertz is not there to sit
You're
on the
quiet
bench? Why
now.
you didn't
Talk
listen?
now. You're quiet
Yeah,
now.
Havertz is not there to sit on the bench. You're right. I don't know what Saad is smoking.
It's that
Listen.
Moroccan hashish. That's what he's
Listen,
smoking.
at the end of the day, yeah, if Kudus comes to my club, I'll fit him in somewhere, man. He'll play my Champions
Like
League
I said,
games.
how many men in your first 11? 25? You really have a time
Yeah,
watch
but
that
we-
ball is
no,
interview
but
when
Alex-
he said 4-3-3-3 formation.
Mind you, they're still getting
Alex,
a
what you
goalkeeper,
under-
Alex.
what you're
They still need a
understanding,
goalkeeper.
Listen, what you're not understanding is, first of all, for the goalkeeper thing, yeah, Turner's on his way out, yeah?
The only way it
Trust
works
me.
is if Saka plays left back. That's the only way it works.
No. Let's chill out. That's never happening. You lot are gonna have to endure Saka for the next 10 years. Probably
It's
longer.
4-3-3-3-3-3-3.
Because he's probably gonna sit there.
Ooh, shiver me timbers.
Yeah, don't worry, man. You lot will see. Yeah, you weren't saying that last year.
You know what's
last
fu-
season he scored against you lot. Yeah, at home. When
You
came
know
to
what's
my
funny?
home,
When I
he
was
scored
watching,
against you lot.
when I was watching first, when they make fun of my Mount at United, this guy was. Somebody said that Kai Havertz been better at Arsenal so far. I was like, it's like comparing like diarrhea with like.
No,
with
but I
milk.
think that is unfair because Kai Havertz really has been better for Arsenal.
He's,
And I'm not
he's-
talking
I
about
think
goals,
I actually no. I actually
performances. He's been better
Yeah,
than Mount.
yeah.
That's reality.
honestly, he has.
I think
I
he's
can't
actually
agree more.
play. I actually think that Mason Mount played better, but Kai Havertz finished his chances.
It's because he has 2 goals. Wallahi, Alex, if he didn't have 2
No, I'm
goals,
not
they
going
wouldn't
to
have
talk about the
saved
goal.
this thing.
He actually played well.
We're just talking about his chemistry. Even you could see a lot of people are saying now, yeah,
Because
because
of
of
how
how
Is
he-
this,
against
is
Barca
this
he
a
played well.
science
because of
class?
how he played.
Is this a science
No,
class?
but because
Chemistry.
Another time, guys.
But Alex, no, because you have to understand, yeah, from the Barcelona game, yeah, you saw with him and Trossard. If him and Trossard played together, they got chemistry between each other. They help each other out. They play off of each other. You need a player like that in the team. So that could be a new system where we could, instead of playing Martinelli on that side, you could play him with Trossard on that side, on that left wing side, and then they create a partnership. You know how Odegaard in our team has a partnership with Saka, and they often play 1-2s off each other, and they play around the defenders. That's a similar thing that Havertz is going to have
think-
on that side with Trossard.
Oh, I see.
Which is what I'm trying
you
to
see,
say.
the one problem is Saka and Odegaard know how to play 1-2. Kai Havertz will pass it to Trossard and forget that there's a 2 and 1-2. He'll just leave him hanging. That's how Kai Havertz is playing. He'll pass it thinking it's 1-2. Trossard will think 1-2. He'll pass it back and Kai Havertz is not there. You know why?
So far,
Because he's slow.
no. But Alex, so far,
Alex, you're
he's been
getting
doing
called out,
exactly
by the
what we
way.
need.
They're saying,
what?
is this Chelsea fan really talking about the amount of players in a squad? He got no shame.
Fair, Chelsea
Hey,
cleared out a lot of
everybody said that Chelsea has no chance by get rid of every player from Chelsea, including you, Hussam. You said the biggest problem, Chelsea's problem, is to get rid of. Now they
Yes.
don't have that excuse. We
Murad
sold
is an
everybody,
Arsenal
so now
fan.
everybody's excuse. We have nobody.
No, I
Igal
stick
is-
by it. You selling a lot of players is smart, 100%.
Exactly. Hold that.
No, but
people.
now you sell too much because in midfield you need
too
a player
much.
as well.
Which player did we sell? We shouldn't.
No. I just think you need players in midfield now.
Yeah.
Now you just need a midfielder.
Yeah, definitely. I
yeah,
need
you
that.
just need a midfielder.
I need that.
You might have sold a bit too much. You might have sold a bit. Or
Tell
you
me the
might
name.
sell.
Name me the player that we shouldn't sell.
I'm not. We're not necessarily. We're not
Well,
saying that.
if you're
No,
accusing
we're
me
not
of something,
saying.
you
See,
need to
Alex,
not
they like to
saying-
make statements with no explanation.
No,
It's
no,
always
no.
just
Like,
empty
who-
We're
words.
just saying you've sold a bit too much. You've
And
sold
he
too
can't
many
name
players.
one player that you shouldn't have sold. It's crazy. It's actually crazy that he can't name one player that you should have sold. All he needs to do to win this
what is
argument
that? What
is
is
to
that
name one
statement
player.
means? Too much players.
Well, Mason Mount, you should have kept him, man.
Fuck no.
Or Kai Havertz, you should have kept
Sorry for
Kai Havertz, man.
PG-13 people.
Oh my god, this guy's hilarious, bro. So
What?
you slated us for signing him, saying we signed a shit player, but you're saying they should have kept him.
Staffy, the game is the game, brother. When are you gonna understand, man?
But do you see how many? I've
play
caught
it
this
and you win and
guy.
you
I've
lose.
caught this guy so many times in this little segment about Arsenal. It's actually
Look,
insane.
if we get Casado, our shopping list is done.
Really?
And it should be because you only have 38 games and that's it. You don't need anything
Exactly.
else.
Based on
You really don't
based
need
on
anything.
one game a week, it should be done. But you don't realize that now you're gonna have a problem that what we had. You had too many players on the
No.
75, 50 million pounds that we're going to play every game. But they not. It's going to be unhappy bunch. And
No,
I don't
Alex,
know how Arteta is going to be
There's an
reacting to that.
understanding between the
Because
whole
I
team.
know one thing. Hold on a second. Hold on, Arsenal fan. One thing that you don't realize: Arteta has an attitude. Nobody pays attention, but Arteta is really stubborn person. He has a little attitude. He tends to fall out with some things that doesn't go his way. If you didn't notice, at the end of the last season, when the Arsenal became slightly go down a little, where are you hiding? Where'd you go? Where are you hiding?
No, I'm
We
here,
have
I'm
Arsenal's-
here, man. Don't worry, I'm here, man. I'm here. I'll never hide.
When
I'll never
Arsenal-
hide.
When Arsenal had last season fell out, you can see Arteta's veins popping up on the forehead right here, and he was getting off on the players. Why do you think he couldn't tell what's his name, the player that left Arsenal? What's his name? What's his name? That left Arsenal, the midfielder that you
Xhaka.
covered. Xhaka. If you really think about it, Xhaka was one of the most important players of the last season. How he cannot tell him to stay for one more season? Because Xhaka knew he ain't gonna do it.
No,
He's not going to do it. Xhaka knew it. He's
Okay.
not going to do it. Xhaka knows Arteta.
Right, Alex. So the same way you were saying that you saw Arteta with the vein in his head, yeah?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could say the same thing about you and Frank Lampard when I saw him
Yeah,
sitting
we
there like
fired
this.
him though.
Yeah, no. I saw him like this, and he's looking at it. He's like, "My Chelsea legacy is gone. It's slowly just drifting away. Why did I take this job?"
What legacy?
did I-
What legacy? If you cannot
So you're telling me
separate
Frank
player-
Lampard is not?
If you cannot separate from legacy from player to the manager, you need to grow some hair somewhere, man. But I can separate it. I see the guy play, so I can separate it. If you can't, you can't.
I had to react on that when I had hair, growing some
No,
hair. I thought that's interesting.
Yeah. That's
but
when
yeah.
you transition from Arsenal to Man City.
No. Thank you very much. Never.
No, but what?
And listen, speaking of Arsenal, let's get Hamza's opinion on Arsenal since he's back before we wrap up.
I
Go
think
on.
the thing is,
Hamza, he said they're winning the league 100%. By the way,
no.
I didn't.
I think they're under pressure
think
to
we
win the
could-
league, yeah, like Arsenal, United, yeah. And I think that the thing I'm concerned about them is I'm not being hypocritical here. Like, I've won the Champions League, I've won the league, United, Sam's won, but we can't spend that much money. Where are you getting the money from? You've not won the league in the last 20 years. You've never ever won the Champions League. You've won one FA Cup. You're spending
Name me
so
5
much
players
money,
that you sold for
and now
profit.
it's becoming a joke, like literally.
Name
You're spending-
Arsenal fan. Name me the 5
Bro,
players you sold for
it's a
profit.
joke. All I'm hearing, Arsenal gonna get a new. What? Where are you getting the money from?
Right.
Like,
Okay.
you're getting a new keeper.
so
You have
can I-
Ramsey as your first choice. I have only got Rodri as my only
Okay.
DM. Calvin Phillips is poor.
Look
You
how
guys
sad
got
Hamza looks.
Declan Rice, Jorginho that you bought in January. Then you
Oh,
got
yeah.
Partey. I have only Kovacic. I
Where's
swear
that
to God.
Jorginho?
I looked on my bench for Sam. I looked on my bench on the thing. All I saw: Sergio Gomez, Makati, Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob. I thought, whoa, that's my defense. And then I'm seeing you go like every position. Ben White, Tomiyasu, Timber, right back. Bro, that's 3 right backs already there.
Okay.
Zinchenko thing.
Hamza, and
whatever
they
it is.
said they need Kudus and they need another
They
striker,
don't
and they're
need
getting a
any
goalkeeper.
player. It's a joke. You cannot sign
Okay,
any
they need
more
more
players.
players apparently.
Now you cannot
Can I just
sign.
quickly?
Enough is enough, bro.
And they just
And-
gave Reece
Okay,
Nelson
can I
a new
just-
contract.
No, just give me a second. You know, Hamza, I can't lie. Hamza does agendas sometimes, but what he says this time is true. You cannot, here's the thing. You cannot want a perfect scenario to win the league. Because City didn't have a perfect scenario. We didn't have a perfect scenario. The United teams that won the league, the Chelsea teams that won the league, even your teams that won the league, you didn't have perfect scenario. Imagine Wenger 20 years ago going like, oh, who's Henry's backup? Who's Henry's backup? We can't win the league with this guy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I understand football is different now. But I can't lie, your fan base is doing too much now. Like, you actually want an entire, like, 11 new players. It's crazy. Like, it just makes no sense. You've got depth. Hear me out. Right now.
man. Relax.
Right now, in defense, depth. By the way, you're about to sign Raya. So you got Raya and Ramsdale. In midfield, you
got
got
Raya,
more
it's not
than... In
Oh, they're
midfield,
getting
Rice...
right. He already agreed personal terms. Hamza.
Hear this midfield. Rice, Partey, Timber can play there. Havertz, Odegaard, Trossard can play there. El Neni, if I want to be shameless, you go to the forward line. Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Trossard. Who else? What's his name? Nketiah. Balogun. Kudus if they buy him.
Kudus if they buy
Actually,
him.
do you want 40
And they
players?
want a striker.
Football
They said
manager.
they want a
This
striker.
is football manager.
Do
You
you
know
want
when
40
you cheat?
players?
Can I reply to everything?
You
yeah?
know when you
Or is-
sign
is-
football manager
okay.
and you cheat, you restart
Just
the
hold
game
it.
because you
This
want to
time
buy
you
that
just hold
guy,
and take it.
and you manage 2 teams and you send money to your account by selling. I used to do that a lot, yeah. I used to do that. I used to go manage Liverpool and then pretend I'm selling them whatever it is. I'm taking all the money Liverpool, put it in Man City, bro. You cannot be having that. That's madness. No one has spent more than you in Europe. Tell me a team other than Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal. You probably even spend more than Al Hilal, probably.
No.
You have spent
because they got most
This
of them
guy
are
is
free.
so shameless.
It's unbelievable.
You're so
I'm concerned. I'm concerned.
Can I just answer everybody's questions? Yeah. So
Okay,
firstly-
answer, and then after Saad we wrap up
Yeah.
because I've got a
Yeah.
show at midnight as well. So I'm back in like
Okay.
20 minutes. Go on.
No worries. All right. So Alex, let me answer your question. First of all, everybody knows that we haven't sold anybody for a profit in a minute. Yeah. So we haven't sold anybody for a profit.
FFP
Hamza?
comes in.
Yeah. Okay. But Hamza, I want you to understand that the money that we're spending, this big money, when you're a big club and you're not sitting there having a PO box in central London, yeah, and then you're making up.
He did it.
And you're doing some fakery stuff, yeah. When you're a big club, you can spend money like this, and it doesn't hurt your FFP because we have the fan base. We're one of the highest.
But you
We
don't
earn.
get it.
We earn. No, one sec. We
You
earn one
didn't
of the
pay
highest.
Dinosaurus before
Match day-
Dinosaurus. That
match day-
dinosaur.
the match day revenue.
No way,
He's
bro.
gonna
One
pay
of the
dinosaur.
highest
He's gonna pay the
in-
dinosaur.
One
Also,
sec,
you have to
one
pay
sec, one
dinosaur
sec.
for the wages.
Hold on.
And he talks
Hold on.
about having money.
Hold
Get out
on,
of here,
hold
man.
on, one
They had
sec,
to
one
fire
sec.
the poor
You have to
dinosaur.
understand that Man United, Arsenal, and Liverpool could spend more than you'd spend in 3 seasons in 1 season, and it still wouldn't hurt their bank accounts. They still would be okay for financial fair play because
Not
their
Arsenal.
revenue.
I think you're
their re-
confusing
yes,
yourself.
yes,
with the-
their re-
No, you
No,
don't.
Arsenal
No,
is
you
you have to
don't.
understand. Do you know what our match day revenue is? It's one of
What?
the highest in Europe. It's
Yeah,
more
but
than $1 million every
Doesn't
single match
matter,
day.
you have to pay
More than
wages.
$1 million. Yes,
You have to
okay.
pay-
I
He's
understand.
actually
I
not
understand the
waffling about
wages,
that.
but our wages right now, our wage bill is very low compared to the
Monthly
top
revenue
six.
is nothing.
Very
It's
low.
commercial revenue that you earn. TV.
Commercial,
You
that's
guys,
the biggest
listen.
thing, yeah.
You're not commercial
I think you're
revenue.
confusing
TV
yourself
rights. You don't
like
play
the stadiums
UCL.
with
You play
with,
Europa
uh,
League
It
against
doesn't
Sporting Lisbon
matter.
on Thursday. People are playing Champions
Hamza,
League.
come
That's
on,
where the
man.
money comes from.
So-
UCL, winning
Hamza,
UCL.
I think you're
play
dwelling
quarters,
too much
play
over
Real
the money,
Madrid,
though, Hamza.
Play
Hamza.
Bayern Munich. That's where you earn money. Not playing Sporting Lisbon at AZ Alkmaar. You don't get money from those
Hamza is
guys.
good
Right.
at
Let
it.
me
Hamza,
just
Hamza.
close off here, yeah, because I know Hassan wants to go. Listen,
Okay, guys, listen. Give
Next
Saad 2
season-
minutes and then we wrap up.
Yeah.
The
Next
guy's
season-
drowning. Let him try
bro,
climb
well,
up.
I'm drowning, bro. I'm trying to keep my head afloat.
Listen,
man.
listen. I'll be honest
Hey.
with you guys. Hamza, listen. Hamza, Alex, Staffy, and myself. The guy is in the lake. He's trying to swim out. Let him
Bro,
try, and then
please.
after that, tell us who is this.
It's crazy.
Go on.
You have to
There's not
understand, yeah.
nobody calls emergency room. Nobody
but-
calls EMS.
Yeah, you
Hamza
have
was
to
the hospital.
understand, yeah. You have to understand that you guys are trying to say this whole thing about you got too many players in your team now. You got too many players in the club. You have to understand, yeah, that Turner is leaving now. We got Trusty who's leaving now. He's some other guy. Yeah, we got Sambi Lakonga. Sambi Lakonga is gone. Yeah, we got Balogun. Nketiah might even go. Who knows?
But who
It
wants
depends.
them? I've not heard any clubs of
Okay,
You know what?
Okay,
This
okay,
was so
okay.
shameless. When I
Hello.
actually get to see, hold on.
Well, like
You
the
know what?
players,
This
you
is-
can tell players.
Hold on,
Crystal
Hamza.
Palace.
Guys, hold on. You know why that take was so shameless? Because when I sat here and I was being questioned, not once did I mention that we're selling Fred. Not once did I mention that McTominay could go to West Ham. You just named players that don't even play for your team, and you
No,
said
exactly,
Turner
bro.
is leaving. What was the second guy you named? He said Trusty. Wallahi, I don't know. I didn't know who
I
that
thought
was.
Crusty. I
I didn't know who
from
The
I thought it was Crusty
Who's
the clown
Crusty?
from The Simpsons.
Yo, Ridwan says, who the
Crusty
hell
the
is
clown.
Crusty? That's
Crusty
so
the
wrong.
Crusty, the guy
He's
the guy
about-
said
he's a
Crusty the
top-
clown.
he's about-
I have never heard of this guy, Hamza. I've never
He's
heard of
about
this
the name
guy.
Pinky and Perky.
No, but listen, Sambi Lakonga's leaving, which
To
I'm
where?
gassed
To
about.
where?
He's going to Burnley, man.
How much?
Vincent Company wants him back.
How much?
It's a loan with the obligation to buy.
Loan, exactly. That's what you know from.
Loan with the obligation to buy
Who
with
wants to buy
games.
your place?
He has to play. He
So
has
you
to
sold
play a
them on
certain
credit.
game.
You sold them on credit. You did.
Yeah,
you
Klarna,
got
man.
You got a
Klarna,
credit.
man.
You
Don't
got
worry,
a
man.
credit
I'm
loan.
here. I'm here.
You
Don't
went to
worry. I
bank and
just
they
need.
give you a credit for.
Listen, I just need no wages, man. I don't want to pay their wages. Take them. Take them.
What
I
is
don't care.
wages? 20,000 pounds a week?
No. I think he might be on 60. I
Oh, and
think.
Kevin's like on 100 grand a
50,
week. You guys forgot that he got a new contract like a season ago. Just remember
Who's
that.
that?
You know, all this
All
is
I'm
making
saying
me
is you
realize
lost the
I
league
probably-
last season, not because of your depth, and I can prove it.
Oh, no,
But
no,
you're
no,
blaming
they-
on the
they
depth.
didn't. No, actually. they
Fair
didn't.
enough, fair enough. All
They
this
didn't.
proved to me, speaking of proving, is I should have started the Arsenal section earlier, but I can't lie to you. I'm back on YouTube in 15 minutes. So everyone stay on this video. I'll redirect you to my next video. It's all Liverpool related. Staffy tried to, shamelessly make me talk about Liverpool on a Premier League show. So I'm going to do that on 15 minutes. And there's so much for me to talk about. So stay tuned, midnight UK time. Let me just run to the super chats. Murad says, Wallahi, this Chelsea fan is deluded. Xhaka wanted to leave last year, but stayed another season. His wife wanted to go back to Germany.
Thank you, Murad.
Yeah.
You're using the wife card? That's big up. I can't lie. Happy
That
wife.
genuinely
Happy life.
is. Genuinely
Big up
is.
to you, Murad, man. Big up. Thank you,
The
Habib.
weather is better in Germany than in England.
Big up to Super Spurs says, Salam, bro. Congrats on channel success. Inshallah, more to come. Thank you, my brother. I agree with Kurdish saying bye, Hojberg. You need help. Please, staff.
Kurdish said
He
that.
never commits sitting on the fence. And the El Wafaq show last episode, El Ahwaya, I think you.
Man said,
Staffy. Staffy, are you gonna take this whole sitting on the fence hype
Listen, what's his name? Super Spurs. Listen, let me tell you something, Super Spurs. The
First,
content that
thank him.
I bring, thank you for the super chat. And the show's, by the way, is called Al Ahwa. It's not Al Wafaq. Al Wafaq sounds like a channel on the local.
Sounds like a club in the UAE.
I was about to say it sounds like a local TV channel on Hassan's TV in Jordan. It's Al Ahwa. But anyways, the content that I bring maybe just goes over your head sometimes, because you would rather sit here and have someone shamelessly make claims like Sam and say, what's his name, and say we're 100% gonna win the league. And what the fuck?
That's too funny, man. That's a killer.
No, put respect on our show, man. Al Ahwa. Everyone knows Al Ahwa.
Yeah, everyone knows it. Can't lie to you. Big up Super Spurs, man. Bye, guys. Thank you for the super chat, akhi. And
Zaka's
finally,
wife likes.
guys says,
Go ahead.
how are they being criticized for squad depth, bro? I can't lie. Staffy made it clear from early. Alex made it clear from early. Hamza made it clear from early. We're not criticizing them for having depth. We criticize Saad because he's telling me, I want a striker. Akhi, do you want 500 players? Yeah, what is this? How many players you want, bro? Like his team.
That's a perfect scenario, bro.
Currently, as things stand, if they sign Kudus, Arsenal is not just good enough to win the league, it's more than good enough and should be expected to win the league and should be disappointed if they don't win the league. Full stop. I want us to have depth like them. But for example, I'm going to give you just a quick example just before we wrap up. Staffy, Alex, and Hamza would understand if I said my team isn't yet good enough to win the league. Why? Because we don't have depth. Because after McAllister, it's Jones. After, this, it's all random youngsters.
Zero DMs.
Yeah, but when you tell me
we got Blonde Mount beside Enzo.
Exactly. I wouldn't expect Alex to win the league. That's crazy. But when you start telling me like Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Odegaard, Trossard, Rice, Havertz, fucking Partey, now he's not going.
We need another striker. We need Kudus. We need Ryan.
Gallagher.
That's just me being greedy.
Players you want?
That's just me being greedy.
Nah, that's you being deluded.
No. It's me being greedy. The team that we have now is definitely capable of winning the league. I can fully agree with you guys on that. Yeah, I can agree with you guys. No, I can agree with you guys on that. That's just me being greedy. I'm being picky. Now I'm
the guy in the super chat that said Zaka went to Germany. His wife just likes the schnitzel better from Germany than.
Fair enough. Anyway, listen, there's 600 people here. Before we wrap up, stay on this video. Remember, stay over here because it's going to redirect you directly to the next video, which is going to be supposed to be 8 minutes from now, but you're going to have to give me just 5 minutes.
It's going to be excuses why Liverpool cannot afford
No, I never make excuses. I attack my club more than anyone. So,
we went from 40 million to 41.
Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to Will, Elias, Liverpool Till I Die, Super Spurs, Cool Guy, Murad, AJ, Navid, Gigantico, Fatur, Alex, NRL, and Terry for the super chats. Big up to you all. Make sure you're all slapping the likes. Make sure you're all subscribing to This Is Football right now, this very second, and stick on the video. Hamza, because you came here early, I'm going to go to you first. Where can people find you, my brother?
Listen, you can find me top of the league, Premier League, UCL, and you can find me Hamza Talk Ball.
In an isolation room in psychiatric ward.
Hey, don't worry about this guy. Yo, you're fifth. You're spending time in 13 next to Brentford. You're lucky to be invited to this channel.
When I first saw it, it killed me too. You know what's the worst one? This one, and the other one was like, who the hell is Krusty? I've never heard of the guy. I said we sold Krusty the crab.
The Simpsons.
Big up to you, Hamza, and make sure you guys go subscribe to Hamza Talks Ball. I see him going live on YouTube as well. Big up to him. Man like Saad, Charizard, yes. Where can people find you?
Yes, listen, you can find me on the Football Corner 97 right here. And the Twitter right here, man. Saad_E215, man. Hit me up if you want to hear anything about Arsenal, mate. Yeah, we're giving you the facts about the club, mate. No matter what these guys say, yeah. No matter what these guys say, mate. Yeah. No, I give the facts, mate. The facts.
Trust is, man. Super Spurs are like El Aho, my bad, man. That's okay. Listen, don't. Staffy is just hella triggered today, but I can't lie. This one thing I like about. Hear me out. One thing I like about Staffy is he always gets it back in blood. He waited for the Arsenal section, and he's like, "Yep, I'm gonna get mine." That's what he did. So, big up to you, Spurs, man. So, Staffy, speaking of, where can people find you?
Listen, bro, what you just said, I had Liverpool fans in the chat backing me saying that I'm cooking this guy. So if a Liverpool fan is saying Staffy speaking facts, I'm actually speaking facts. But you can find me on Staffy TV. more watch-alongs, more losses because of bad luck, I'm assuming. And you can find me on this channel because I'm here a lot. And you'll definitely find me on El Ahwa. There's a lot to talk about coming up. I think we're going to be on again on the weekend. So
When's your next watch along?
We play the French team, Lens at Old Trafford. That's going to be our last game.
Lons, you uncultured.
Lons, Lens. I don't give a fuck.
When?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to need to check, but I know it's next week. So there's still time.
Literally.
Yeah. Stop saying that, bro. It's not cool. I hate when you do that. Literally. And you sound like a white girl when you say that.
Hey guys, my name's Staffy. Can you please subscribe to Staffy TV? It would be really appreciated.
I have never said it that way.
Alex, where can people find you, my brother? Thank you for stepping in as well. Big up to you, Alex.
Yeah, nobody tried to find me because I own guns.
Well, this guy says the wildest shit. One day he's gonna get canceled.
Hey.
Big up, Alex. Man. Make sure you go follow everyone on the stream.
Don't follow me. I own guns.
And yeah, I love you all, man. See you guys in 10 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes lateness time because I was live. So just hit the redirect, hit reminder. Love you all.
Days.
Hamza just said F this. He didn't even wait for me to end, bro.
I looked at us. Wait, are we still live?
What is this, baby? Hamza just said exit StreamYard, just like that. Fair enough.